Available now. Stream live broadcasts plus pre- and post-game coverage. Full episodes of Altitude Sports Originals and more.
Power drive. He scores! All hail Kale!
Visit AltitudePlus.com to subscribe today. Altitude Plus, your streaming home of the Colorado Avalanche.
I got a nightmare phone call that no parent wants to receive.
Someone hit me going 60 miles an hour.
Dr. Ramos came highly recommended. When I showed him the x-rays, he immediately knew exactly what was wrong.
We've had a tremendous experience with Ramos Law. Really, I could not be happier.
Having the car accident was an accident. Finding Ramos Law was no accident.
Injured in a car accident? Ramos Law can help. RamosLaw.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Hey everyone, Adney and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention!
The Altitude Sports Radio Network welcomes you to Colorado Avalanche hockey. The Avalanche are back home.
Welcome home!
Vegas sits comfortably in first in the Pacific. A win for Colorado would secure third place in the Central. Let's go Avs.
Taves holding, shooting. He scores! It's a laser from Taser. Nathan McKinnon below the goal. Backdoor, Cale Makar wide open. He shoots and scores. All hail Cale! The Juiceman has it back. 12 seconds to go. Makar shot. They score!
It's the Avalanche and Golden Knights now. From Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. With John Mitchell, here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey.
And everyone sing together!
On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Coming down the mountain!
It's a regular, the bones bursting and now gave proof through the night that our back was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Greetings, programs, and welcome a mile above sea level with former Avalanche centerman John Mitchell. I'm Connor McGahey, and this is Colorado Avalanche hockey. Tonight, the Avs return to Denver for their penultimate home game of the regular season against an old foe, the Vegas Golden Knights. With 1 point, the Avalanche will be locked in the third spot in the Central. With 1 point, Nathan McKinnon will tie Joe Sakic for the most points in Avalanche history in the same amount of games. With one win, the team will reach 100 points for the fourth straight season, something that's never been done before in franchise history. So put on your listening sweaters for the Avs and Golden Knights, force of nature versus gilded medieval horsemen. Live for your listening pleasure around North America and around the world on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Mitchie, welcome back, friend.
It's great to be back. I'm excited, buddy. I'm excited to be up here with you.
I can't believe you did this on purpose.
I did. I wanted to join you up here, buddy. I really did.
It's going to be good tonight, and then throughout every home game of the Stanley Cup playoffs, John Mitchell will be alongside. Glad that you're alongside for maybe a preview A lot of people are saying they want this to be the Western Conference Final, but we're not going to put the cart before the horse. Plenty of hockey to be played before then. The Avalanche in burgundy and blue going right to left. The Vegas Golden Knights in white, gray, gold, black, and red, the opposite direction. Here's a shot on target. Save made by Akira Schmid, getting his first ever start versus the Avalanche. He'll make a follow-up save and hang on 19 seconds into the first. Tonight's opening puck drop is brought to you by Century Casino. Find the hottest slots and electronic table games action at Century Casino and Hotel 1 mile from Blackhawk in scenic, walkable Central City. Welcome to the Winner's Zone.
I like the start of this game, and I like that line that Bedsy put together with Kiwi Ranta, Nelson, and LOC. You got some speed, you got some grit, you got some skill, you got a little bit of everything.
Especially when you don't have a lot of pieces tonight, and both teams have some major subtractions. Here's a pass towards the net front, backhander from Nathan McKinnon, and Schmid makes the save again to deny Nathan McKinnon a point in 26 straight home games. Another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Avs.
He likes some home cooking, but the fact that Nate is able to make that look so easy, the puck's coming to him, he just tips it right through the wickets, nutmegs the defenseman, and then all in one motion, backhand. What a play.
We've seen him do that a million times, that flip through the legs, scored a magnificent goal in Game 5 versus the St. Louis Blues in the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs in this building to complete a hat trick. Unfortunately, the Avalanche couldn't close out the game, but they closed out the series and the Blues to go on and win the Stanley Cup final. Taves down for McKinnon, blazing through center ice. Valanchuk lets it go, tipped wide. McKinnon the rebound, throws it in front of a Vegas Golden Knights stick, and it somehow goes wide of the mark. Avs are buzzing here early. Here comes Vegas. Dorofeyev, as we've established, will get it deep. Now Scott Wedgwood comes out to play it. Valanchuk will tip it forward. Devon Taves deep below the goal line in the Avalanche zone. About 10 into our first period. Shots already 3-0 Colorado.
I like the way the Avs are going. Like you said, they're buzzing, right? They're playing in the offensive zone, getting lots of good opportunities and chances. Just keep it going.
Stretch pass here from Cale Makar goes off a skate. First round pick once upon a time is able to get it deep for Vegas. Curls it in front. Nobody home at the door. Trying to track it down high in the zone. Did it come across the blue line? It did. The whistle blows, and a faceoff will be in front of the Avalanche bench. 18 minutes, 20 seconds. They go in the first period. Shots at 3-0 Avalanche. No score yet. Mitchie, no. Drouin, Natchez, Sam Girard, Josh Manson, Ross Colton tonight for the Avalanche. No Pietrangelo.
You just don't want it to come back and bite you in the butt.
Face off right side of the ice, right side of Wedgwood. Nelson will take it. He's sitting on 299 career goals. He'll take the face off. He's been 50% or better in 4 of the last 5. The only game that he wasn't was Saturday in St. Louis. Warnings are issued to both centermen here. It's actually won by Howden. Shot towards the net. Shoulder save made by Wedgwood. Can't corral the rebound. Vegas with it on the near side boards. White Cloud lets it go. Penalty coming up on the Avs. I think Howden got taken down in front, and it's going to be Ryan Lindgren headed to the box. Chris Schlenker, who has followed the Avs from city to city, it feels like, will give us the call. It's actually going to be Brock Nelson, I believe. Here it is.
Colorado Avalanche, number 11, minor penalty, interference.
It's one of those things when you lose the draw, right? You're trying to box out your centerman, and I don't see a whole lot here.
Oh boy!
I mean, that's pretty weak in my opinion. He kind of looks like his heels come out from behind him, like he's slipping on a banana peel or something like that. And But again, that one little miscommunication. Yep. Sam Malinsky, just get the red line, dump it yourself.
And just what they do is give the league's #1 power play a chance to work. Carlson, far side circle. Theodore wants it back as he works to the deep slot, returns it to Carlson from the original Vegas Golden Knights. Carlson, far side half wall. Theodore up top. Just pitch and catch with Carlson. Theodore lets it go. Save made by Wedgwood. Cale Makar off the boards. Charlie Coyle has some space. Out to center ice. Knocked down by AVALANCHE. Keeps it himself. Draws all 5 Vegas Golden Knights in. He'll actually sling it to his goaltender Wedgwood. And the Avalanche and Devon Taves in particular will waste some time. It is Nichushkin back. Taves sends it ahead. What a sequence there for the Avs PK.
I don't understand why teams don't do that more often. I get it if you're under duress. Just get the puck down the ice. But when you have a lot of time with the puck and you can bring it up and then you can sling it all the way back to your defenseman in your own zone, why wouldn't you do that?
This is fanned on by Parker Kelly. Here come the Avalanche. Short-handed opportunity. Schmidt has to cover it up with Logan O'Connor lurking. And the Avs PK continues to impress on a Vegas power play that's slowed a little bit, just 1 for 7 in their last 5 games.
I would say that the Avalanche's penalty kill has had better looks and opportunities than the Vegas team on the power play, which, I mean, give a lot of credit to Pratt, Nolan Pratt. He's figured out a way to get these guys to work. And again, if you can jump up in the play and kill some extra time, even when you're on the penalty kill that puck.
Avs win the draw here. It's Eric Johnson. Second most games played by a defenseman in franchise history behind Adam Foote. He'll get it deep. Vegas will recycle. Avs PK, by the way, gave up 2 power play goals on 3 opportunities in St. Louis on Saturday. On the season, middle of the pack, 15th in the NHL, 12th on home ice. Vegas has it back in the Colorado zone. Dorofeyev looking for Theodore up top. He'll let it go. Save made by Wedgwood off of his glove. Wide to the near side half. Well, Jack Drury will get it. And backhanded to center ice with 25 seconds to go in the power play. 15:25 to go in the first. Shots now 3 apiece. Goals are 0 apiece. Theodore, the former Anaheim Duck, will wheel it in. Malinsky off the stick. Avs can't clear. Logan O'Connor trying to get to it. Down low. It's Nicholas Waugh. Now Olofsson had a goal in Vancouver 2 nights ago. Waugh tips it. Backhander in front. Nobody home. Cleared to the wall. Parker Kelly will get it down ice. Bouncing puck. Brock Nelson with it. Slows up looking for Logan O'Connor. At the circle. Avs are making a wholesale change. O'Connor has it deflected, but Devon Taves will reel it in. And the Avalanche have possession. Nathan MacKinnon across the blue line. MacKinnon cuts to the middle. Shot. Save made by Schmidt. Puck is behind him, but he's able to smother it and hang on. Open ice for Nathan MacKinnon. Rarely misses there. Schmidt makes another save, and we remain scoreless. Not 6 minutes into the first.
As a defenseman, Noah Hannafin, and you see Nathan MacKinnon, and he has the puck wide on the ice, and you have 0 support, and he's coming at you 100 miles per hour. You have to be like, what was the defensive name? Pietrangelo.
Oh boy.
That is what Hannafin was saying right there.
That was the outdoor game at Lake Tahoe. Pietrangelo was mic'd up as Vegas ices the puck here. And that clip's been around for a long time.
That clip's been around a long time, but if you mic'd up every defenseman every time Nathan MacKinnon was playing against them, that would be a broken record. You would be hearing that on repeat.
Oh, no.
Because when he has that speed and he has that power, every defenseman is saying that exact same thing.
Face-off won by Vegas, but MacKinnon is there first. MacKinnon, powerful backhand to the near point. Taves shot tipped. Save made by Schmidt again. Cole Swint will pick it up. Off the glass, hacked by the Golden Knights. Colasar in the far circle, trying to weave away from Devon Taves. Taves forces him to the perimeter. Taves, one of the best one-on-one defenders in the National Hockey League. Shot on, save made by Wedgwood. MacKinnon gives it right back to Vegas, applies pressure, and now Pearson escapes. Cale Makar relieves him of the puck. Makar, ton of speed through the neutral zone, across center ice, down the right flank. Makar holds up, now for MacKinnon, holding. MacKinnon on his forehand, right-handed shot up top for Lindgren, who lets it go off the glass behind Akira Schmidt. Backhander by Nathan MacKinnon. AVALANCHE lurking in the vicinity. Schmidt will cover up, and we will take a timeout. 13:49 to go in the first period. Ton of chances for the Avs, but it remains scoreless here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Every week, Altitude Sports Radio has the Jared Bednar Show.
What does the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche do on a day off?
I would like to say I slept in, but I had the radio show in the morning, so I didn't do that.
It's always Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane's fault.
Tomorrow, Coach Bednar is up bright and early to join Vic, Mark, and Brett to break down tonight's game with Vegas. 8:30 tomorrow. Presented by Quantum Fiber. Internet that's everything you imagine and then some. On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. T&Cs apply.
Style or substance? Somehow it became one or the other when choosing a truck. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 models. See your local GMC dealer today. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 4/30/25.
You've got the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
13:49 to go in the first. No score, Avs and Golden Knights. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Brought to you by Bird Simpson across the vast Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Before, during,
wrist far in, shoots deflected, they score!
lives here. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Offensive zone draw for Colorado. The third line of Charlie Coyle, Jimmy Vesey, and Miles Wood is out there. Coyle to the left of Schmid. Can't win the draw. It's backwards now for Pietrangelo. In the trapezoid, turned it over, pinching his Eric Johnson. Shot towards the net. Miles Wood, who has scored in back-to-back games, can't get a deflection to it. Now Vesey still looking for his first point with the Avalanche. Over for Coyle. Abs up and barely out of the zone. Mark Stone in neutral ice backwards, playing with fire with Shea Theodore. Cross country for Howden. Towards the net front, Stone was there, couldn't get stick to puck. Now it's Theodore, near side point, forced loose by Miles Wood, trying to get it out of the zone, taken back by Howden. Hands it off for Barbashev, lets it go through a screen, and it finally makes its way to Scott Wedgwood, who's able to smother it. 13:09 to go in the first period. They've amended the shots. Now 5-4 Avalanche. Goals, though, remain 0-0.
I like how the Avs are able to kind of clog up that front of the net area, where if you're going to get a shot from the point, it's going to have eyes. It's going to have to be absolutely labeled in a certain area. And I think that's what a lot of teams have to be willing to do. I mean, it's always been that way. You have to be willing to block shots and sacrifice and put yourself on the line there. But I just like the way the Avs protect the front of the net, take those lanes away, take those shots away.
And Scott Wedgwood is behind if a shot gets through, and he's been outstanding for Colorado. 11-4-1 since coming over from the Nashville Predators. 4-0-1 in his last 5. His worst save percentage in that stretch was .864, and that was even in a win. Wedgwood casually plays with the backhand for Malinsky. Now Logan O'Connor gets it on his forehand. Middleton?
We know he's a little bit of a meat, but you can't just call him Middleton.
The Middleton family will never forgive me. Middleton towards center ice. Flipped back in by the Golden Knights. It's Malinsky now for Middleton. That's just going to stick now. It's how it is. Sorry.
I like it. He might actually appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, you called me a meat? Oh, perfect.
Perfect. His brother Jacob would agree. He said I was terrified of him from an early age. As it's turned back to the point by Wass, stolen by Nate McKinnon. He'll glide it towards center ice. You can tell that McKinnon is on another level tonight already. McKinnon backwards now for Middleton. We're back to normal. Turnover Taves. Colasar just off the bench, barely onside. Taves will steal it back now for Middleton. Through the center of the ice. As soon as I said that there was space through the neutral zone, it's disappeared as Vegas has figured it out a little bit. Valnichushkin throws a hit, takes it away for a moment, falls for Pearson. Middleton chases him down, shot from the point, save made by Wedgwood. McKinnon trying to get it out, kicking it backwards. Middleton pokes it ahead. He can't get off the ice. AVALANCHE trying to assist as Schwint keeps it alive. Now Pearson. One hands it away from Middleton. Pearson in space behind the Avalanche net centering feed. Middleton got that long stick in the way. Was able to block it, clear down ice. But it's going to be an icing call on the Avalanche. 11:19 to go in the first. No score yet. Avalanche hockey brought to you by Rhinehouse on 14th and Market near Ball Arena. A great spot for food and drink before, during, or after any Avalanche game.
You got a couple of Colorado Avalanche players a little keeled over. I mean, Middleton, he's been out there for well over a minute. So
this shift for Middleton currently is 1 minute and 51 seconds.
Okay, so he's pushing 2 minutes.
Which is an eternity. Icing is waved off here. Good extra ever there from AVALANCHE. So Middleton cannot extend that to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Lehkonen, longest goal-scoring streak, or scoreless streak, I should say, with the Avalanche. One of the longest of his career currently. Cale Makar with the puck. Hasn't had a tough time scoring goals. Ahead for Brock Nelson. Parker Kelly. He gloves it down. McNabb will knock that into the Vegas bench. And play halts with 10:51 to go. In the first, shots are 5 apiece. Goals are 0 apiece.
Sometimes when you're, especially for Leckie, when he's kind of in a slump or whatever right now, it's one of those things where when you're on the first power play unit and you're playing with Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who you are. You're probably going to get some goals.
Yeah.
Probably going to get some points. You're probably going to get some really good looks. So him not being on that top power play unit, that's going to hurt your goal total for sure. But, obviously he's playing with Nathan tonight. He'll have a good opportunity.
Lehkonen, an absolute menace in the postseason. The Avalanche won the Cup. 14 points in 20 games, including 8 goals, 4 game winners in that playoff run. That was the most out of anybody in the Stanley Cup playoffs that year.
He is just a competitor. He's always been a competitor in the regular season, but he's one of those guys that takes it not up just one notch, but multiple notches when the playoffs are on the line. He is that much of a difference maker when the playoffs roll around, and boy, do the Avs love having him.
Fourth line out there for Colorado. Drury can't win the draw. It's flipped in by Vegas and settled by Scott Wedgwood. So we have slowed to a crawl here in the mid stages of the first period. 10:31 to go in it. Still scoreless. Colorado Avalanche 2025-26 season ticket memberships are available now. As a season ticket member, you'll get exclusive playoff priority for this year's postseason run. Visit coloradoavalanche.com/season tickets to learn more. Face off to the right of Wedgwood. Coyle will take it. Out there with VC and Wood. Malinsky and Taves, the defenseman. Taves flips it ahead. Kick loose by Caden Korzak. Flung back in by the Golden Knights. Taves is there, leaves it for Malinsky. A little bit slow to get there. Now it's Carlson with it. Centers it. Broken up by Malinsky. Falls backwards for Coyle. He'll hold up. 3-point game for Coyle in Columbus on Thursday night. Rolling puck through the neutral zone. Taves will settle it down. Now he'll fling it in. Early chances for the Avalanche. You almost hoped one of those would have gone in. Schmid made some big saves, and now Vegas has settled in a bit here. Coyle muscles his man to the ice. Shot towards the net. Tipped, and it's off the left post of Schmid. VC almost got his first. Malinsky, Taves, holding, shooting, trying to pick the lower corner as it's thrown back in front by VC. Malinsky, can he keep it in? Yes, right on the blue paint, but it's right to Korzak, and he'll shrug off the forecheck pressure. Hutton with it now. 9:35 to go in the first. Another good sequence, this time from the Avalanche's third line.
Big bodies, right? That's the one thing I noticed when I was just watching them in the zone there. Heavy, hard to play against, right? Using their physicality to get pucks back. Looks great.
Speaking of big bodies, here comes AVALANCHE centering feed. It's too high for Nathan McKinnon to handle. It's a shot from Lindgren off the right post, and it's flung into the screen. That should be delay of game on the Vegas Golden Knights. I believe it is. There's a discussion here, but that's put right out of play on purpose. And this should end up in a Pins and Aces power play. Here's the call.
Las Vegas Golden Knights, number 2, minor penalty, delay game.
Pins and Aces power play for the Avalanche when we come back. 9:11 to go in the first period. Shots are 6-5 Golden Knights. No score yet. Back to the Mile High City in a moment. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network. Over for McKinnon. He scores!
Come cheer on your Colorado Avalanche at Ball Arena. Catch Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, Devon Taves, and the rest of the team in action as they hit the ice for the final stretch of the regular season.
Makar drive. He scores! Oh, hail Cale!
You won't want to miss the action. Get your tickets now at ColoradoAvalanche.com.
Coach Malone out. Calvin Booth out. Why now?
Josh Kroenke sat down with our pal Vic Lombardi.
This wasn't a decision that was taken lightly or taken as in a reactionary fashion to anything specific. Having observed that group over a period of time, there were certain trends that were very worrisome.
Josh Kroenke said at a podium last year, and basically in not so many terms said, I want to see everybody work together. I need to see a unity.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey, I'm Francisco from Ryan House. How about tonight? I cook dinner for you.
For me?
Sure.
How about us?
Why not? I got a menu that can't miss, including brats, of course, but we also have a menu that includes authentic pork schnitzel or traditional spätzle. I'll cook you a great dinner.
Sounds good.
Enjoy dinner at Ryan House, then play a little bocce to see who buys dessert. Ryan House, close to Ball Arena on 14th and Market.
The Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
9:11 to go in the first period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche going on the Pins and Aces power play. Pins and Aces, your source for stylish golf apparel, either on the course or in the stands. You can stand out with Pins and Aces. Visit pinsandaces.com. And right on cue, Happy Gilmore telling everybody to get loud inside of Ball Arena. Come on, I can't hear you.
Well, this is a great opportunity right here.
Nelson on the faceoff. With no Drew Enternaches, power play number one looks a little bit different. It's McKinnon, Nichushkin, Makar, but then Coyle and Brock Nelson up on power play unit number one. Faceoff will be to the right of Schmidt, left side of the ice here in the first period of Ball Arena in Denver. Brock Nelson wins it back for Cale Makar. Walking the blue line and near side circle McKinnon. Hands it off. Bumper position for Nelson. Over for Val Nichushkin. Makar. One-timer. Fades away from McKinnon. Shot is blocked. Goes right to Cale. Makar had it stolen away. Here comes Riley Smith. Short-handed with Carlson. 2-on-1. Val Nichushkin trotting back. It's a short-handed goal for Carlson. And now two short-handed goals allowed by the Avalanche. In the last 4 games, that's now 7 allowed on the season, and against the grain, 21 seconds into the Avalanche power play. Vegas gets the game's first goal. It's 1-0.
Well, Cale Makar, it's an unfortunate turnover. He's the last guy back. When you're the last guy back up there and you have the puck, you have to make sure that you're going to make a solid play, and he gets stripped. And it's a 2-on-1 coming back, and I love Val Nichushkin. He did a great job back-checking on Riley Smith. The only problem is that Cale kept fading back just a little too far, and that lets that seam pass come right across the ice to Carlson. And let's give Carlson a lot of credit. He made no mistake. That was an absolute missile far side.
Makar with the puck, drop feed now for Nathan McKinnon. So instead of trying to take a 1-0 lead, the Avalanche are trying to tie it up on the power play. Avs give it away again. McKinnon able to get it back. Now he'll wrist it around right to left. Coyle will get there. Leaves it for Val Nichushkin. Now he turns it into the corner. 1-on-2. Back to the point. Makar will settle it down. Right-handed shot. Walking the blue line. Over now for Brock Nelson. There's not going to be a clear path towards the net. The Avalanche are going to have to either get creative or just let it rip. Nelson, far side hash marks. Holding down low for Val Nichushkin. Tries to cut it in front. Centering feed is blocked. Vegas gets the benefit of the bounce, and they'll clear it down ice with a minute gone in the power play.
It's a good look, right? But give Vegas credit. They get all those guys down there to collapse, and that's a lot of skates and a lot of sticks that you're trying to pass pucks through.
Doesn't look like a 26th ranked penalty kill for Vegas. Kiviranta on power play 2. Back to the point. Got a kick to him by Nathan McKinnon, then it's swatted down ice by Vegas. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Avs don't have a shot on target yet. But just like Chicago, they end up giving up a shorty. Now Arturi Lehkonen, can he get off the schneid? Where did that word come from, by the way. Jack Drury. Over now for Devon Taves. 18 seconds to go in the man advantage. Lehkonen with it at the hash marks. Far wall to the point. Taves. Now Nathan McKinnon stays out there. Tries that seam pass for Lehkonen. Broken up. Off the boards for Taves. 8 seconds to go. Nathan McKinnon. All the way over. Lehkonen misses the net. Trying to pick that corner, and it went wide. Nathan McKinnon cleans up. Again tries to slide it through off the stick of Hannington. And the Avalanche do not score on the Pins and Aces power play. No shots either. But Vegas gets the goal 13 minutes into the first.
It's not ideal, not what you're looking for. When you get a power play, you want to generate some chances and some shots. They're getting some looks with some passes through the seams in the middle, but no real scoring opportunity.
Nice hit thrown by Chris Wagner. Now we got a fight. I think it's Kolasar. Tangled up with Wagner. Kolasar trying to get loose right by Wagner. Right by Kolasar. Still tangled up, dancing at the dot in front of the Avalanche bench. Right by Kolasar, he got an undercut in there. Gets free, swing and a miss, strike one. And Wagner goes down to the ice. Kolasar went for the kill shot, hit nothing but air, and they both go down in a heap. Completely clean hit by Chris Wagner earlier. Kolasar responds for no reason, and they'll both sit for the next 5 minutes.
5 minutes each for fighting.
You got to love it, right? You get called up. You try and set the tone with a big hit. You know, your power play looked I don't want to say looked stagnant, but didn't really generate any scoring opportunities. But then you come in right off the bench, lay a big hit on Pearson, which I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just walking right into Wagner. So give Wagner a lot of credit. That's a great hit. And then Kolasar, he says, hey, you want to go? And I don't think Wags is ever going to say no to anybody there. So I love it from both sides, especially Wags, kind of trying to set the tone a little bit.
2 fourth-line wingers are sitting in the box, and it's definitely our Lipton Hard Iced Tea hard hit of the game. America's favorite tea made a hard iced tea, obviously. Pick up a variety pack today, your favorite liquor store or grocery store. Faceoff is in the Avalanche zone. That whole sequence happened in the neutral zone. The puck had to have been in the Colorado end, which is why the faceoff is there. They'll win the faceoff, but can't connect the dots out through the neutral zone. Fired back in by Kaden Korzak. Malinsky will sweep up behind the Avalanche net. 6:30 to go in the first period. Shots are 6 apiece, but the score is 1-0 Vegas. A shorthanded goal by William Karlsson. Stretch pass Lindgren, tipped in by Parker Kelly. They call him Chaos. Hutton up and out off a leg. This is going to coast right in. Nope, just wide of the net of Wedgwood. Icing on the Golden Knights with 6:11 to go in the first period. Vegas leading 1-0. You just heard it. Jared Bednar joins Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane every Wednesday on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5, brought to you by Quantum Fiber. Tune in for his interview tomorrow morning at a special later time of 8:30 a.m. You can watch live on YouTube, Twitch, Altitude Television, or listen live right here on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Right here, this face-off setup that they have Nelson taking the draw with LOC to his left, Kivi Ranta to his right, but they've got Eric Johnson and Middleton switched here, right? Normally you would have your left defenseman on the left side, but they're reverse here. So to me, they're trying to load Middleton up for a big one-timer right here if he can win the face-off.
Nelson got a piece of it. It falls right for Kivi Ranta. Save made by Schmid, who hasn't played a ton of hockey this year. It's been either Samsonov or Aiden Hill. For Akira Schmid, who's a 5th-round pick of New Jersey, by the way. Only his 4th goal of the season. Kivi Ranta off the wall. Brings it in left wing. Trying to get a shot away. Puck didn't go with him. Vegas takes it back through the neutral zone. Riley Smith, his second tour of duty with the Golden Knights, will go backwards for Korzak. He's bumped by Brock Nelson. Nelson will swing off for a change. 5.5 to go in the first. 1-0 Golden Knights. Howden gave it away to Arturi Lehkonen. Underneath for Valnichushkin. Kicks it to his stick. Out of the reach of Ryan Lindgren. Now pressure coming from Barbashev. Valnichushkin soaring through center ice. Pass is flung to him by Nathan McKinnon. Vegas gets a stick to it. Now they'll counterattack. Barbashev, former St. Louis Blue, cuts across the blue line. Leaves it. Nobody home at the back door. White Cloud offside. Gave it right to Lehkonen. And he gave it right to Vegas. Valnichushkin for Nathan McKinnon. Outnumbered but never outgunned on the near side boards. Nichushkin will assist him back across the red line. Now Devontae's out there with Cale Makar. Under 5 to go in the first. Avs looking to tie it. Makar across the Avs logo at center ice, so backhanded in. Right side glass of Schmidt. Hannafin got there. Pressure coming from the Avalanche. Vegas turns it over. Miles Wood cuts towards the net. Couldn't get a shot away. We have a penalty and a holding minor, I believe, coming up on Vegas. We will hear from Gord Dwyer this time.
Vegas penalty 16, 2 minutes holding.
Dorofeyev into the box. Gord Dwyer, by the way, on the ice for the Avs Stanley Cup championship in 2022 in Game 6. We'll take a timeout. The Pins and Aces power play will begin for the Avalanche when we come back. 4:41 to go in the first. Golden Knights 1, Avs nothing. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Third-generation Colorado native Jeff Roten knows what the IBEW has given him. 35 years of safe work and good wages and benefits. He's met and worked with so many sisters and brothers who've become lifelong friends. Jeff has been enjoying his retirement the last 8 years, doing all the things we all dream about.
I'm Jeff Roten. I am the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW. Come join us.
Go online at IBEW68.com.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like, whoa, my kid's got a serious backhand, can lead to an even bigger question like, tennis campus how much? And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you to help you build a savings plan for expenses big and small so your money can make money. Mike, how's that sound?
Sounds like match point.
Sounds like love.
We could serve up tennis puns all day.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Find your new getaway today. Get in the winner's zone at Century Casino and Hotel in Central City. New members can score up to $100 in free play automatically on their first day. Plus, eat free with $20 in food value. Just earn point targets on your free winner's zone card while you play to get your rewards. Get your first $5 at just 10 points. New members only. Must be age 21 or over with valid ID. Get away today to Century Casino and Hotel. Take I-70 to exit 243 to the Central City Parkway. Welcome to the winner's zone. If you believe you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
4:41 to go in the first period. Following the downtown Denver, Colorado, the Avalanche trail the Golden Knights 1-0 with engineer extraordinaire Alan Baca, John Mitchell, Alex Ryan, Pat Chavez, and KJ Granderson. I'm Connor McGahey. Thank you for listening. Mitchie, Avs 0 for 1 on the power play, but they get another chance here. Dorofeyev in the box for Vegas. Avalanche a good opportunity to make up for not having any shots in the first power play and tie this game up.
This would be a huge opportunity, right? Don't pass up any opportunities to get the puck to the net, right? You have a guy like Val Nichushkin standing in front of the net. He's one of the best in the league. Give him an opportunity to get his stick on the puck or a rebound or even better, a tip.
McKinnon pass towards the deep slot. Cale Makar now for Coyle in the corner. That misses. Theodore off the boards. Riley Smith up and barely out of the zone. Makar will track it down in the center circle. 30 seconds gone in the power play. 4:08 to go in the first. Now Nichushkin can't handle it. Theodore backwards. Brought down by Howden. And he'll backhand it deep behind the net of Scott Wedgwood. We'll put it on a tee for Brock Nelson.
You'd like to see a teeny bit more urgency here. There's not a lot of urgency, so that's one thing that the Avs are lacking on their power play. And just kind of sloppy plays, sloppy passes. You know, you get different personnel out there. It takes a minute to click, and it doesn't matter how much you work on it in practice. It's not like you're playing against an actual opponent.
Nathan McKinnon gets the handoff from Brock Nelson to the point, and Cale Makar looking for help. Back down the wall from McKinnon. Returns it to Makar. Puck on its edge. Settles it down now for Val Nichushkin. Saucer feed for Nathan McKinnon. Dancing on the blue line. Now works his way down in the near circle. Centering feed. Stolen by Vegas. Again, predictable from Colorado. And the Golden Knights will clear it again. And to your point, no Jonathan Drouin or Marty Necas. Those are two pretty darn good pieces for the Avalanche power play.
Yeah, without a doubt, right? And Nate, I don't want to say he's throwing hope plays, but he's just kind of saucing pucks into the middle of the ice. And I think he knows that there's actual guys there, but these are low percentage plays, in my opinion.
Brandon Saad, former Av, first time we've noticed him tonight. Long hair flowing out of the back of his helmet. We'll dump it in. Taves now for Malinsky. Second unit out there to try and get some work done. Malinsky for Arturi Lehkonen. He's got some room. Lehkonen behind the net, out in front for Parker Kelly, swing and a miss. Power play is over, and the Avalanche are 0 for 2. They have no shots on any power play here in the first period. 2.5 to go in it. They trail 1-0. A shorthanded goal from William Karlsson. Malinsky turned it over. Dorofeyev just out of the box. Perhaps a little bit slow here. Malinsky hacks it loose. Schwinn in front, off the stick of Wedgwood. Freed up by Parker Kelly. He'll make his way to the red line. Backhands it around Hannafin. Kelly's going to get there first. Hacked up by White Cloud. Kelly will keep it deep. Avs are changing. 2 minutes on the nose. Turnover Vegas. Vesey trying to get a shot away. That's blocked. Now it's in the corner. Coyle going to work. Vesey helping out Lindgren. Back down the boards. Behind the net. Coyle is there. Wants to go out in front. Bouncing feed now for Eric Johnson. Throws along the far boards. Into the skates of Charlie Coyle. That was a good idea, but that should have been right on his tape. Vegas able to clear it back to the Avalanche zone. 1:40 to go in the first period. Lindgren in front of his own net. Fired ahead. Vesey will tip it in. Voracek there, and you heard the crashing of Miles Wood, who goes into bowling ball mode quite frequently. Howden's speed moves towards the net, tries to tuck it in. Barbashev is there, overpassing by Vegas, and almost handling the puck there for Mark Stone, but at least they don't get even a shot away. Howden with the puck behind the net, roughed up by Taves. 1:10 to go in the first period. Centering feed. McKinnon steals it away. Now Taves on the hunt through center ice. Taves 2-on-2, plays it off the boards. He's going to get there first ahead of Korczak. Hacks it for Nathan McKinnon. Bypasses him. Pinching his Cale Makar. Shovels it down the wall. It's blocked. Makar has it back all the way over. For Taves, had to receive it on his backhand. To the corner now in Brock Nelson. Now it's Valnichuk who lets it go. Tipped on, save made by Schmid. And now there's some pushing and shoving in front of the net of Schmid. More here, unnecessarily. This is what drives me crazy. Like, Hutton doesn't have to do that. It's an absolute nothing burger. Everyone just standing around, and then he has to come in and do the horse collar. It never has made any sense to me.
That is just the game within the game right there, Connor. Right? He headlocks McKinnon, and then McKinnon's like, hey, beat it. I don't want anything to do with you. And then all of a sudden, Brock Nelson comes over and says, hey, what are you doing? And then he said, hey, I'm going to give you a little hug, too. Maybe a little punch in the face as well. Oh, and then Mark Stone gives Nelson a punch, and then they just all pile it on. Why not?
Ben Hutton's 7th goal of the season, no points. But definitely a Doc Holliday. Oh, I forgot you were there. You may go now. Brock Nelson will take the face off, left side of Schmidt. 47 seconds to go in the first period. The Avalanche out shooting Vegas 8-7, but trail 1-0. Lindgren trying to shrug off the forecheck of Olofsson. Karlsson steals it in neutral ice. Lindgren has it back. Eric Johnson looking ahead. Neutral zone all of a sudden clogged up. Now he'll rim it around. Kiviranta lifts his stick, frees it up for Lindgren. Keeps it in near point. Lindgren has matched his goal total with the Avalanche. Same amount of goals he had all season with the New York Rangers. Olofsson lets it go. Backdoor shot pass is tipped wide, and now Vegas has it again. Shot on, save made by Wedgwood. He's made a couple big ones here to keep it at 1-0. Dug loose, 5 seconds to go in the period. Nelson up and not out. And period 1 is done. Shots finish 8 apiece. Scores 1-0 Vegas. John Mitchell, your thoughts?
Well, you have 2 power plays, and you have 0 shots on them, right? This is the 26th ranked penalty kill on the road. You would think that there would be a little bit more, again, I use the word urgency, and it just didn't seem like there was a lot of urgency there. So I would expect some things maybe to change. Could be a personnel change, just not necessarily that the guys that were out there didn't do a great job. It's just sometimes you need a shake-up. You just got to throw somebody else out there. Hey, this isn't because you did a poor job. It's we need to shake things up. I hate to say, you throw the bingo balls in there and just kind of toss them around a little bit and see what you can get. But again, the period, not awful, right? You give up a shorthanded goal just because of a little turnover kind of near the top of the circles. It gives a 2-on-1. But again, Val did a great job back checking. I think it's just Cale. He's just got to stay up and really know where Karlsson is, because at that point, you got to leave that guy. You got to leave Riley Smith to Big Val because he did such a good job coming back. You can slide over a lot more on Karlsson, and then that pass doesn't even happen. I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's a hope pass, but it was a pass that's like, well, I hope this gets through, sort of thing. And maybe if Kale steps up, boom, he can just take the puck and head north. So I expect bigger and better things in the second period.
Well, when we come back, Alex Ryan-Emmy will take over here in the booth at Ball Arena with the intermission report. We'll also hear from Ryan Lindgren. But after one period of play in downtown Denver, it's the Golden Knights 1 and the Avalanche nothing. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network. McKinnon all the way over for Cale Makar. Takes it back from McKinnon. Lets it go from Middlestat. Toward the net. Through it. That's a goal.
Your Avalanche intermission report is next. Tough, man. On the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
You're grilling, you're golfing, then you're shoveling, and then back to grilling. Well, that's Colorado. Can your home keep up? My partners at Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air have the solution. Moshier, cold climate heat pumps. That's right, cold climate heat pumps. They're going to find you the right model to efficiently heat and cool your home and save you big money. With current rebates and tax incentives, you can save $12,000 on the initial investment. So find out more right now at rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
I got a nightmare phone call that no parent wants to receive.
Someone hit me going 60 miles an hour.
Dr. Ramos came highly recommended. When I showed him the x-rays, he immediately knew exactly what was wrong.
We've had a tremendous experience with Ramos Law. Really, I could not be happier.
Having the car accident was an accident. Finding Ramos Law was no accident.
Injured in a car accident? Ramos Law can help. RamosLaw.com.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back. Oh, yeah, baby! And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Shoots and scores! Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
For a true taste of the Midwest, I hope you'll come see us at Wally's Wisconsin Tavern. Hi, this is Francisco. Let's talk comfort food. We do a fish fry every day of the week. We have house-made sausages, and we're known for our fantastic cheese curds, the best on this side of the lake. You'll feel right at home in our friendly, comfortable atmosphere. Come join us for lunch, supper, or a late-night snack. You don't have to be from the Midwest. All you have to be is here at Wally's Wisconsin Tavern.
Close to Ball Arena on 14th and Market.
That's it, man. That's it, man. No more. No more.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
I like our start, boys. I love our start.
This is your Avalanche intermission report.
Sharp physically, sharp mentally. We are going to have success.
Avalanche intermission on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome to the Altitude Sports Radio Network inside the Peter McNabb broadcast booth, high above the ice level here at Ball Arena. This is your Avalanche intermission report. Today's Avalanche game is brought to you by your local Colorado Buick GMC dealers. I'm your host this evening, Alex Ryan-Emmy. You guys know me better as Raj from the morning sprint on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Through 20 minutes of play between the Avs and the Vegas Golden Knights, Colorado trails Vegas by a score of 1-0. Shots are 8 apiece for Colorado and Vegas. The Avalanche have had 2 power plays, no shots on goal in either one of those power plays. Vegas 0 for 1 on their one opportunity, but they did score a shorthanded goal in this one. Colorado 10 hits to Vegas's 1. Blocked shots doubled up for the Golden Knights, 4 to Colorado's 2. Giveaways are tied at 4 apiece. Let's hear how this one happened. I mentioned no shots on goal for the Avs in either one of their power plays, but Vegas has 1 shot on goal on their kills.
and it found
McKinnon
the back of the net.
hands it off, bumper position for Nelson. Over for AVALANCHE from McCarr. One-timer fades away from McKinnon. Shot is blocked, goes right to Kale. McCarr had it stolen away. Here comes Riley Smith, shorthanded with Carlson 2-on-1. AVALANCHE trotting back. It's a shorthanded goal for Carlson. And now 2 shorthanded goals allowed by the Avalanche in the last 4 games. That's now 7 allowed on the season. And against the grain, 21 seconds into the Avalanche power play. Vegas gets the game's first goal. It's 1-0.
Well, Cale Makar, it's an unfortunate turnover. He's the last guy back. When you're the last guy back up there and you have the puck, you have to make sure that you're going to make a solid play. And he gets stripped. And it's a 2-on-1 coming back. And I love Val Nichushkin. He did a great job back-checking on Riley Smith. The only problem is that Cale kept fading back just a little too far, and that lets that seam pass come right across the ice to Carlson. And let's give Carlson a lot of credit. He made no mistake. That was an absolute missile far side.
Carlson's 8th of the year, assisted by Riley Smith, comes 11 minutes and 10 seconds into the first period of play. Carlson's 14th career shorthanded goal is already the most in Vegas Golden Knights history, and since 2017-2018, when Vegas entered the league, only Sebastian Aho's 19, Blake Coleman's 18, and Anthony Cirelli's 17 shorthanded tallies are more than William Carlson's 14. 1-0 is the score, just 11 minutes into the game, and the Avs were falling asleep a little bit until Wags decided to drop the gloves.
It's not ideal, not what you're looking for when you get a power play. You want to generate some chances and some shots. They're getting some looks with some passes through the seams in the middle, but no real scoring opportunity.
Nice hit thrown by Chris Wagner. Now we got a fight. I think it's Kolesar. Tangled up with Wagner. Kolesar trying to get loose, right by Wagner, right by Kolesar. Still tangled up, dancing at the dot in front of the Avalanche bench. Right by Kolesar, he got an undercut in there. Gets free, swing and a miss, strike 1. And Wagner goes down to the ice. Kolesar went for the kill shot, hit nothing but air, and they both go down in a heap. Completely clean hit by Chris Wagner earlier. Kolesar responds for no reason, and they'll both sit for the next 5 minutes.
5 minutes each for fighting.
You got to love it, right? You get called up. You try and set the tone with a big hit. You know, your power play looked I don't want to say looked stagnant, but didn't really generate any scoring opportunities. But then you come in right off the bench, lay a big hit on Pearson, which I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just walking right into Wagner. So give Wagner a lot of credit. That's a great hit. And then Kolesar, he says, hey, you want to go? And I don't think Wags is ever going to say no to anybody there. So I love it from both sides, especially Wags kind of trying to set the tone a little bit.
2 minutes and 15 seconds of total time on ice and 4 shifts, 5 penalty minutes for Chris Wagner as he drops them with Keegan Kolesar. And that is your score after 20 minutes of play here at Ball Arena. Vegas 1, Colorado 0. Today's Avalanche game is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. We'll come back on the other side, catch up with Connor McGahey as he's standing by with an Avs player. Don't go anywhere. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
The shocking news broke Tuesday morning. Michael Malone out as head coach.
Are you serious? The Denver Nuggets have just fired head coach Michael Malone.
This is a head basketball coach that won an NBA title less than 2 years ago.
That's stunning.
Calvin Booth out as general manager.
Multiple reports that there had been a little bit of tension there between Coach Malone and general manager Calvin Booth.
What's next for the Nuggets?
Salvaging what is remaining of this regular season.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Over for McKinnon. He scores!
Hey, Avs faithful, Altitude Plus is the place to stream Avalanche games, and it's available now. Stream live broadcasts, plus pre- and post-game coverage, full episodes of Altitude Sports Originals, and more.
Car drive. He scores! All hail Kale!
Visit AltitudePlus.com to subscribe today. Altitude Plus, your streaming home of the Colorado Avalanche.
Hey, Avalanche fans, aluminum is the most recycled packaging material on Earth, which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back for every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come.
Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Colorado Avalanche. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it. Style or substance? Somehow it became one or the other when choosing a truck. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 models. See your local GMC dealer today. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 4/30/25.
Avalanche intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to your Avalanche intermission report. After 20 minutes of play, the Avs trail the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 1-0. Let's head downstairs where Connor McGahey is standing by with Avs defenseman Ryan Lindgren. Connor?
All right, Raj, thanks very much. Joined downstairs by Ryan Lindgren. Avs trail the Golden Knights 1-0 after one. Ryan, just overall, your thoughts of that first period?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty back and forth period. They had a couple chances. We had a couple chances. I thought it was a pretty good first. Some things we need to clean up, but it should be a good game.
You guys are almost locked into that third spot playing Dallas. 4 games left. It would not... No one would blame you for wanting to maybe look forward to the playoffs. Is that where you guys are at?
No, I mean, you obviously, like you said, we're kind of locked into our spot right now, but... we want to play the brand of hockey that, gets us ready for the playoffs. And, we're playing some really good teams here coming up. And, we just want to play the best hockey we can and feel good going in the playoffs.
Great stuff, Ryan. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
That is Ryan Lindgren as trail the Golden Knights 1-0 after one. Raj, as we send it back to you.
Connor, Ryan, thank you as always. Ryan Lindgren in that first period of play. 7 minutes time on ice, 10 shifts, leads all Avalanche players in shifts in that first period. He had 1 hit in that first for the Avs. Even on the plus-minus, was not out for the shorthanded goal against Avs. And Knights are part of a 10-game NHL slate. The Sabres get a 3-0 win over the Hurricanes at home. James Reimer, 33 saves in the shutout. The Canadiens, 4-1. They continue to roll. Their 39th win of the season, and Cole Caulfield scores number 37.
Comes around the far side for Lane Hudson, spinning away for Berggren. Hudson at the line for Suzuki. Drops it again for Mike Matheson off the wing. Shot stop, rebound in front. They score! Rebound in front for Cole Caulfield. And late in the second period of play, he has tied the game at 1.
They're going crazy. 87 points for the Montreal Canadiens. They are 8 points clear of the New York Rangers, closing in on clinching the wild card 2 spot in the East. The Panthers 3-1 winners over the Maple Leafs. The Bruins get a 7-2 win over the Devils, and an old face finds the score sheet.
4 minutes ago now here in the second period. Puck brought along by Middlestat. Throws one toward the net and scores! It got tipped on its way through and bounced past Markstrom, and the Bruins get a good hop and lead it 4-2.
Casey Middlestat scoring his 15th goal of the year. 7-2 is the final for the Boston Bruins there. And coming back with, 3 goals? 4 goals in 59 seconds? 3 goals in 59 seconds for the Vancouver Canucks to tie that game after trailing by 5-2 to the Dallas Stars on the road. They come all the way back. Speaking of old faces, Kiefer Sherwood gets his 18th goal of the year as Vancouver storms back to beat the Dallas Stars in overtime. 6-5 is your final. Don't go anywhere, because on the other side, Connor McGahey and John Mitchell have the call for puck drop in period 2 between the Avs and the Vegas Golden Knights. You're listening to the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Consistently delivering context around Colorado's most important stories. With journalism built on accuracy and fairness. Alexandra Lewis, Kyle Clark, Kim Christensen. Experienced and working to earn your trust every weeknight. Plus, a reliable look ahead of the weather from 9 News Weather Impact Team Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin. End your day with the team on 9 News at 9 and 10.
The shocking news broke Tuesday morning.
Shocked at the timing, not necessarily surprised.
Calvin Booth out as general manager.
The lack of depth and talent goes to the GM.
Michael Malone out as head coach.
A lack of hearing the voices in the locker room and on the bench. Now that goes to coaching.
What's next for the Nuggets?
This move right now is because they do think they can win using a different approach.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
The only thing better than a cold, crisp, crushable beer? One that's certified carbon neutral, baby. Meet Mountain Time, the beer that makes it easy to look good, feel good, and do good for the planet. That's what we in the biz call a win-win-win. Plus, it's made by New Belgium, right here in our backyard. So I guess that's a win-win-win-win. So cheers to that. Mountain Time Lager, a proud partner of the Colorado Avalanche, and people who like to win-win-win-win while drinking a cold one.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Keep hammering pucks, boys. Keep hammering pucks.
It's time for the second period.
You get opportunity, shoot. Be ready to shoot and unload it. Get your body around it on your forehand.
Here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey, on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Start of the second period, Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche trail the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 1-0. William Karlsson shorthanded his 8th goal of the season, which is strange because Karlsson had 30 last year from Riley Smith, and that's the only goal of the hockey game. The other story, the Avalanche 0 for 2 on the power play with no shots on the man advantage. We begin period number 2, 5-on-5. The Avalanche in burgundy and blue, left to right. Vegas in a plethora of colors going the opposite direction.
Plethora.
Hefe, what is a plethora?
Jeez, that is quite the word.
I mean, there's a lot going on there. A lot of colors.
Yeah, you're right. I don't hate it, but there is a lot. There's a lot. You're not wrong there. I much prefer the Avalanche colors.
Crisp and clean.
Yes. And I will say that the blue with the pants, the gloves, and the helmet, chef's kiss.
Wish you had that. You had black pants and helmets.
We just had the all black, and there was just not a lot going on.
Face-off won by Vegas. Pietrangelo will get it deep with the backhand. Wedgwood will slow it up. Taps it now for Ryan Lindgren. He was our first intermission guest. Hacked out by Kiviranta. Kept in by Vegas. Kiviranta stays with it. Pokes the puck back into the Vegas end. It's Braden McNabb. Riley Smith returns to McNabb to the red line. He'll wrist it around. Left to right. Karlsson behind the net for Smith. 2 OG Golden Knights. Called them the Golden Misfits back once upon a time. 17-18 season was the inaugural year for Vegas. Karlsson out in front. That's blocked. Off the skate of Brock Nelson. Now McNabb is shot and he scores. Seeing eye puck. McNabb scores once in a blue moon, and it must be a blue moon out tonight. 40 seconds into the second period. The Avs get stuck in their own zone, and now they're down by 2.
Again, just a little bit. Well, I shouldn't even say a little bit. It seems like there's a lot more urgency on the Vegas side of things, and this is one of those shots that if Wedgwood can't see it, if a goalie can't see it, they're going to have a hard time stopping the puck. And if you can place it as well as McNabb was able to, I mean, that's almost along the ice, post to post, and in the back of the net. That's just a seeing eye shot. That's a defenseman throwing the puck at the net, and it's finding its way into the back of the net. I wouldn't classify that as a snipe or anything like that. That's a hope.
McNabb is, including this game, played 33 career games versus the Avalanche. No career goals until that one. Lehkonen tries to turn it backhand. Save made by Schmid. And frankly, that's the difference. The Avalanche have had chances. Schmid has stayed strong. Wedgwood hasn't been bad. But Schmidt has made some good saves on some clear Colorado opportunities.
He's made some good saves, but again, the Avs only have 9 shots.
Right.
I mean, this is a young goaltender that's playing in his 4th game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you need to pepper him. You need to get pucks to the net. You need to have bodies in front of him, taking his eyes away. Every shot that he's had so far, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 by McKinnon's 2 chances in the first period, he's been able to see them. And if a goalie's going to be able to see a shot from that far out, he's going to make a save.
Extra effort there from Vegas, gets it back to the neutral zone. Taves now for Cale Makar. Pressure coming from Brandon Saad. Lehkonen through the neutral zone. Doesn't have a ton of support. Nobody to pass to. Taken over by Theodore off the boards. Back for Taves. Makar again. Avs down by a pair. That's been a pattern as of late. They were down 2-0 at Chicago. Actually came back to win in a shootout. Down 4-0 in St. Louis. Came back to get within 1. I almost called the Vegas Golden Knights St. Louis. Vegas turns it over here. Cale Makar will steal it back. Pressure coming from Waugh. Backs at Makar, who wards him off the end wall now for Taves. Looking up ice. If Vegas gets a point tonight, they secure at least home ice advantage as Val Nichushkin lets it go. Glove save made by Schmid. And he'll hang on. 18-11 to go in the second period. Shots now 10-9 Colorado. But Vegas does indeed have something to play for in this game because they want home ice guaranteed, whether that be playing LA or Edmonton or playing likely the St. Louis Blues.
And then on the flip side for the Avs, they don't have a whole heck of a lot to play for. And whether you like it or not, you don't want that to sneak into your mind, but that's back there. It's 2-0. Well, this game means nothing.
Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Now it's 2-on-1, almost 2-on-2 as VC will track back. Schwint will get it around. Pearson near side boards has it broken up by the Condor, Eric Johnson. Nice play for VC. Back for EJ inside the near circle. Lets it go into the Golden Knight crest on the sweater. Schmid will hang on. 17:52 to go in the second. Shots 11-9. Avalanche scores 2-0 Vegas. You coach John Mitchell, and there are practices and then there are meaningless games. You always want meaningful games for your players. Games that mean something, whether that's in the standings, playoffs, etc.
Well, of course. You want to have skin in the game. And when you don't have skin in the game, sometimes even professional hockey players, it's hard to get up for a game that we win this game, it changes nothing. We lose this game, it changes nothing.
Here comes Carlson looking for 2. Save made by Wedgwood as he swats that aside. Eric Johnson with the loose puck. Off the stick of Vegas. Middleton now for Charlie Coyle in the neutral zone. VC will wind it in right to left. Schmid settles down to bouncing puck. Pokes it loose. Stolen by Miles Wood. Wood to the near side circle up top. One-timer is blocked by Malinsky.
I don't think Wood saw that the whole net was open. When he rounded the net there, he was looking past, and Schmidt fell and wasn't even in the net.
Wood had eyes to the point instead of eyes towards the net. Parker Kelly and Chris Wagner, recently released from Hockey Huskow, will get the puck into the Golden Knight zone. Kelly intercepts in the neutral zone. He'll airmail it into the far corner. White Cloud failed clearance. Parker Kelly for Jack Drury. He lost an edge. This is lobbed off the fingertips of Mark Stone. Avs steal it back. Needs some pace here. Malinsky now for Drury. He'll get it deep. Hannafin beats the puck by Parker Kelly in the corner. Avs don't get the bounce. It's back for Malinsky. Glove down by Kelly. He lets it go. Misses. Glove side on Schmidt. Now it's Wagner to the point. Cale Makar just off the bench. Down the boards. Played it into Wagner. Not once but twice. Wagner behind the net for Drury. Drury. Now for Malinsky. Fake the shot. Now he keeps it. Malinsky leaves it along the wall for Drury. That puck has to get towards the net. It got stuck on the boards. And that allows Vegas to get it into the neutral zone.
I like the sustained pressure that they have down there. That's great. This is what you want. You want to build some momentum. Chip away.
Makar, meanwhile, in his own zone, lost a handle on the puck. Vegas is going to keep it alive. McNabb has the goal in the period. Plays it off the corner boards. Now it's Malinsky for Nathan McKinnon. Dug out by Waugh. McKinnon got the better of Waugh. Lekin into the red line. Hounded by Saad. And now Waugh plays it around Malinsky. He's going to get their first far side hash marks. Slaps it behind the net. Dorofeyev to the point. McNabb. One-timer. That's blocked in front. Avs are going to pick up the loose puck. Cale Makar will hoist it through the neutral zone. Lehkonen hacks at it. Nathan MacKinnon had to get through a pick from Dorofeev. And now Val Nichushkin off a skate. Brock Nelson lost the handle on the puck, and because of that, the Avalanche are offside. 15:24 to go in the second period. Shots 11-10 Avalanche. Score is 2-0 Vegas. Goals from Carlson and McNabb. Today's Avalanche game brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible.
I really like that last shift by the Drury-Kelly-Wagner line, right? Just playing down there, playing fast, playing quick. It was a little bit perimeter, but at least they have the puck on their stick, making the defenders of the Vegas Golden Knights have to defend.
That's what Eric Johnson makes Kolasar do here. Vegas able to get it back. Brock Nelson playing defenseman. Looked a little fish out of water there, but the Avalanche recover, and Logan O'Connor will backhand it deep. Nelson throws a hit. Puck is free. Kiviranta to the loose change in the corner. Far side boards. Eric Johnson, the deep slot. Shot is blocked. Nelson towards the net. That's deflected wide. Logan O'Connor collects off the near side wall. No shot available. EJ backing along the boards. Hacked at by O'Connor. That goes around Nelson. Kiviranta can't get there either, and it's back across center ice. Pearson is going to beat out the icing ahead of both Eric Johnson and Devon Taves. Now Riley Smith off the bench. He's hip checked by Kiviranta, has the puck back. Smith stays with it. Pocket picked at the last second by Devon Taves. And it's just not clean by any stretch of the imagination. Carlson now for Smith. Centering feed broken up by Taves. He'll lumberjack it off the dashboard. And now it is Kiviranta to center, brought back in. Looked like offside, but play continues as Olofsson has the puck. One-timer. Save made by Wedgwood on the bid from Hannafin. And play halts with 14:06 to go in the second period. It remains 2-0 Vegas, with shots being 11 apiece.
Sometimes you just have to chip away. It's not about going out there every shift and, we need to score a goal right now. Right? Wear them down a little bit, especially in the second period. This is where you can do a lot of damage, where you can hem them in their zone, and then they overextend their shift. Now they're out there for a minute 20, minute 30, minute 40. You do that enough times consecutively, that takes a toll on you, especially here at altitude.
Avs win the draw. Faceoffs were 50-50 before that last faceoff. Coyle will tank it away from Howden. Now it's Hannafin down the near boards. Howden has it. Shadowed by Lindgren. Howden from his knees. Centers it. Middleton. Again, had space behind him, but stick handles backwards in his own zone. VC now for Lindgren, trying to get to the red line. Met there by Stone. Back to center ice. Brought back in. It's about to be offside. VC didn't know that Miles Wood was still in the pool. Stone wrists it off the near side glass. Lindgren far corner. Turns backwards for Middleton. Ran into trouble. Turned the puck over. Stone off the far boards. Waugh off the bench. Stolen by VC. Miles Wood to the red line. He'll glide it deep, in the Avalanche and Golden Knights will both change with 13-13 to go in the second period. 2-0 Vegas. Stretch pass. Saad from one knee. To his right for Waugh. Stolen by Eric Johnson. Swings to the bottom of the near circle. Ahead now for Wagner. Receives on the backhand. Wagner does have a goal with the Avalanche this year. Came back in November versus the Seattle Kraken on this ice. Wagner has it stolen, but given back. Malinsky. Kelly now for Malinsky. Far side. Dot. He lets it go. Fought off by Schmidt. Goodness gracious. Schmidt looking solid for Vegas. Out in front. Centering feed. Ends up on the tape of Eric Johnson. He's got some room. Doesn't take the shot. Malinsky far circle again. Lets it fly. Schmidt got a piece of it. Centering feed off an elbow. Vegas, you can tell they're gassed. Hit thrown by Parker Kelly. He frees it up, but the big body of Nicholas Waugh will block it back across center ice. And the Avs will dump it back in, courtesy of Cale Makar.
That's another great shift by the fourth line. They're starting to get a little bit more traffic, getting pucks to the net. Again, if Schmidt's going to be able to see the puck, he's going to make those saves. Got to start taking his eyes away.
Makar for Lehkonen. Backdoor feed for Nathan MacKinnon, too far in front. Makar's going to get there first. Forces it behind the net. Lehkonen will track it down ahead of Theodore. Lehkonen turns to his forehand now for Nathan MacKinnon. Again, looking for that point to tie Joe Sakic. Almost came there on the feed from Val Nichushkin. Creative there from Val and Nathan MacKinnon. Vegas will take it back through the neutral zone. Cale Makar pokes it away. Lehkonen off the boards, away from Shea Theodore. Didn't exactly give it a great effort. That probably should have been waved off. Instead, it's icing on the Avalanche with 11:35 to go in the second period. 2-0 Golden Knights.
Well, you have to be happy with the response from the Avalanche, even though they gave up that goal just 40 seconds into this period. The ice is starting to tilt a little bit more in their favor. They're playing a lot more down in the Vegas Golden Knights zone. So, again, keep up with that same mentality of winning those puck battles, those races.
Taves has his legs taken out from underneath, and that one hurt. Penalty coming to the Golden Knights. McKinnon with the extra skater out there. Now for Cale Makar, dancing far circle. Makar swings to the point. Now for Taves. Back on his skates. Brock Nelson is out there. Returns it to Taves, near side point. All the way over for Makar. Down low for McKinnon. That's blocked by Olofsson, and the Avalanche are going to get their third Pins and Aces power play of the game. I believe it is Olofsson who's headed to the box. Here's the call quickly.
Las Vegas Golden Knights 95, minor penalty, tripping.
Power play for the Avalanche when we come back. 11:13 to go in the second period in Denver. 2-0 Vegas over the Avs. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Over for McKinnon. He scores!
Come cheer on your Colorado Avalanche at Ball Arena. Catch Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, Devon Taves, and the rest of the team in action as they hit the ice for the final stretch of the regular season.
Makar drive. He scores! Oh, hail Cale!
You won't want to miss the action. Get your tickets now at ColoradoAvalanche.com.
Every week, Altitude Sports Radio has the Jared Bednar Show.
What does the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche do on a day off?
I would like to say I slept in, but I have the radio show in the morning, so I didn't do that.
It's always Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane's fault.
Tomorrow, Coach Bednar is up bright and early to join Vic, Mark, and Brett to break down tonight's game with Vegas.
8:30 tomorrow.
Presented by Quantum Fiber. Internet that's everything you imagine and then some. On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey Avalanche fans, aluminum is the most recycled packaging material on Earth. Which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back for every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come. Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Colorado Avalanche. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
You've got the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
11:13 to go in the second. 2-0 Vegas. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. Brought to you by Berg Simpson across the vast Altitude Sports Radio Network.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Avs over 2 on the Pins and Aces power play so far tonight. No shots on goal. Looking to change that here. Right side circle from the vantage point of Akira Schmid. Right side of the ice here in the second period. Nelson leans in, wins the faceoff. Extra effort gets it back to Cale Makar at the point. Got to be careful here. He's already given up a shorthanded goal. Vegas wins the puck battle, and Carlson will send it down ice. Wedgwood now for Makar. Skates at 10-2. Now for Balanchuk. Across the blue line to Chushkin. Give it right to Carlson. Cleared by Vegas again. Coyle for Cale Makar in his own zone. 25 seconds gone in the power play. Now across the red line. Cale Makar is going to keep it himself. Down to Chushkin. Far side boards. Inside the circle. Throws it up top for McKinnon. Near side Nelson. There's a shooting lane available for a moment. Keeps it himself. All the way over for McKinnon off the end boards. You heard it snap. And now back to Makar at the deep slot. McKinnon again. McKinnon down low for Charlie Coyle. Missed it for a moment. Got it back. Up top for Makar. He's got room to shoot. So does Nelson. Lets it go short side. Schmid not only makes the save, but there's no rebound. What in the world is going on with the Vegas goaltending? 1:09 to go in the Avalanche power play. Still 2-0 Golden Knights.
That's a great play by Cale Makar. He's fading to his left. Looks like he wants to shoot. Then he snaps it over to Nelson. And I mean, Schmid, that's a little bit of an unorthodox save, kind of falling to your knees. I wouldn't classify that as a butterfly save.
Not sure what that was. Charlie Coyle, by the way.
Yeah,
wide open at the back post there. I'm not sure that Nelson saw him as clearly, but Coyle will take the face-off here. Wins it for Valnichushkin. Now Nathan McKinnon. Far circle McKinnon at the dot. Lets it go. Rebound is there, Colorado. And on his back, Akira Schmid makes the save. I cannot believe how lucky Akira Schmid is right this second. Unbelievable.
Wow. What a save. He's literally laying on his back, and I'm pretty sure he just reaches up and grabs this with his glove. I mean, that's borderline almost across the line, but still, the fact that he's laying on his keister and then somehow still is able to get his glove on this puck is pretty incredible. But
it's really close.
It's really close. Is there anything definitive where you can see the puck behind the line, though?
It's really tough. We do have a look at some of the other cameras that are actually located inside the net. Here's Chris Schlenker.
The previous play is under review to determine if the puck crossed the line.
I'll tell you what, it's tough because the catching glove of Schmid has some black accents to it that sort of look like pucks. Unlike Wedgwood's glove, which is all white, there are some black outlines that almost look like a puck there from Schmid. So it's hard to definitively tell if that puck is across the goal line or not.
It really is. It's super tough to just determine, but it is really, really close. I don't know what other angle they would get other than the right above the net cam to determine, hey, is that puck all the way in the net? Because it looks like there is something black that's in his glove.
Yep.
In the actual catching part of it, like deep in there too. It's not just. Oh man, that's tough to tell, Connor.
This is where the Hawkeye technology. You have puck tracking. You're watching the French Open. You can tell if a ball is in or out of bounds in a second.
Right.
Why would you not be able to do that with the puck and inside a net here in the National Hockey League?
Well, I think they have cameras maybe a little bit closer to the court rather than on the ice, and that, who knows, maybe having ice has something to do with it as well.
Possible.
But I mean, it honestly does not get much closer than this. It's just a desperation save. He's literally laying on his back. Now he's on his side, and he's reaching his arm up, stretching it out above in the middle of the net as high as he can. Mind you, there wasn't a lot of velocity on that puck. I mean, if anybody could have got, a hard shot off there, that's probably in the back of the net, but the fact that it was just kind of chipped towards the net, it couldn't get there. So
it was Valnichushkin who was trying to get around Brett Howden at the time.
Well, you can see a flash of light there. Somebody took a picture.
Yeah.
Connor, find out who took that picture so we can get a definitive answer here.
Photo finish at
Literally.
Arena. Exactly 1 minute gone in the Avalanche power play. 10 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the second period. Colorado trying to get on the board. Schmid, by the way, only has one shutout career. None this season.
I don't know if this bodes well for the Avs that it's taking this long or not. And I hate to say that maybe not, just because they couldn't find a definitive angle. But
here's the call.
We'll see.
On further video review, the puck is in the goalkeeper's glove. Crosses the line. We have the goal.
The choo-choo train pulls into the station. Not oftentimes am I happily surprised after goal decisions, but this time I am. The power play, and specifically Valnichushkin makes it count. The Avalanche are on the board. It's 2-1 Vegas with 10:14 to go in the second period.
I mean, that's great. For them to be able to definitively come to that answer and say, hey, that crossed the line, good for them, because this place probably would have exploded in the wrong way. But you know what? I love it. I love it. They saw something and they said, hey, that's it. We got a hockey game.
Here's Alan Roach.
And goal scored by number 13, Valnichushkin. His 20th goal of the season, assisted by number 29, Nathan McKinnon, and number 10, Charlie Coyle.
So Nathan McKinnon gets the assist, and he now has tied Joe Sakic for the most points in an Avalanche sweater in the exact same amount of games, 1,015 points. And for what is career game number 870 for the Mac Attack. Jack, we got to take a timeout. 9:33 to go in the second period. The Avs get a nice surprise. A power play goal from Valanciunas makes it 2-1 Golden Knights. Thanks for listening to the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Coach Malone out. Calvin Booth out. Why now?
Are you happy with where the Nuggets are right now?
No, of course not.
If you're going to make a change in the offseason, why not roll the dice and do it now, 3 games before the playoffs?
I'll give you one reason. Respect to the greatest coach in the history of the franchise.
I feel like it's more of I think there's something else we can do with this season.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane.
We're here to react to it and get your opinion on it.
On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
For a true taste of the Midwest, I hope you'll come see us at Wally's Wisconsin Tavern. Hi, this is Francisco. Let's talk comfort food. We do a fish fry every day of the week. We have house-made sausages, and we're known for our fantastic cheese curds, the best on this side of the lake. You'll feel right at home in our friendly, comfortable atmosphere. Come join us for lunch, supper, or a late-night snack. You don't have to be from the Midwest. All you have to be is here at Wally's Wisconsin Tavern.
Close to Ball Arena on 14th and Market.
Hey everyone, Adney and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit, and the cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
9:33 to go in the second period. Ball Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche trail the Golden Knights by a score of 2-1. Valanciunas scores on the power play from Nathan McKinnon and Charlie Coyle at 9:46 to cut the lead in half. As we mentioned, Nathan McKinnon ties Joe Sakic for the most points in Avalanche history. 1,015 in career game number 870.
That is impressive. That is very impressive. Did you say it's in the exact same amount of games?
Yep, exact same amount.
That's even more impressive.
This puck goes out of play into the stands, and somebody will go home tonight with a souvenir frozen vulcanized rubber disc wearing an old school Forsberg jersey.
He was pumped too.
Very excited.
He was fired up to get that puck. Look, they're even showing him on the Jumbotron. Like this guy, he caught it midair, stood up, looked back at everybody. What a beauty.
Oh, glove save by Forsberg. Oh, it's amazing the small things that make a 60-year-old man happy.
He will talk about that tomorrow and probably for the next year.
Guys, you're never going to believe what happened. Middleton, now Jack Drury ahead for Chris Wagner, receives on the backhand, tries to get it across the blue line. Keeping him at bay is Ben Hutton. Vegas turns it over. Eric Johnson waiting in the center circle. His fourth line again creating at least some pressure for the Avalanche as Jack Drury and Parker Kelly can't link up on that pass. It's Colasar all the way over for Pearson. He'll send it in. Wedgwood now on the money for Cale Makar. Looking up ice. Another turnover at the Avalanche blue line. But Valanciunas takes it back. Pushes it ahead. Stretching to stay on side is Drury. I'm pretty sure Drury stayed on. Linesman disagrees. 8:32 to go in the second period. 2-1 Golden Knights.
What I like about the Avs is that they've already surpassed, just over halfway through this period, their shot total from the first period.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you can get the pill to the net on a more consistent basis, what can happen.
They had 8 shots total in the first. They have 9 here in the second for, even I can do that math, a total of 17.
Wow.
Thank you very much. I've been working very hard. Turnover here to Avalanche. Devon Taves will take it back. Valanciunas for Nathan McKinnon. Arturi Lehkonen can't get there. McNabb can. Swatted at by Cale Makar, knocked down by Smith. He's checked by Valanchuk. Carlson overruns the puck. Now Nathan McKinnon storms up ice to the red line. Swings it near boards for Arturi Lehkonen. To the point for Taves. That's blocked. Again, the Avalanche on their entries. The other team knows exactly where the puck is going. Dump in by Smith. Nobody home. Vegas will change. 7:50 to go in our second period. 2-1 Golden Knights. Makar now for Taves. Put together a nice little point total in his last 8 games. Charlie Coyle in his last 3. Miles Wood. He winds and fires. Didn't miss by much. He had Malinsky behind. Pinching is Malinsky. Keeps it alive. Valanchuk goes to the bench. Avs only have 4 skaters on the ice. Now VC hops off. Miles Wood will wind it in. Wood, far side hash marks. Behind the Vegas net. Tries to center. Blocked. And now VC is there for Colorado. Stick handling to the far corner. Leaves it for Coyle. Kicks to his stick. Coyle to the point. Malinsky has to receive it on the backhand. Lindgren lets it go. Shot towards the net. Hit traffic in front. Falls for Stone. And he'll hit the escape button and roll it into the Avalanche end. Barbashev hounds Lindgren, but he hands it off for Sam Malinsky. To his left and Miles Wood across the Vegas line. Dumps it in on Schmidt. He'll cover it up. Took a snow shower, and the faceoff will be in the Vegas end with 6:54 to go in the second shot to 18-11. Avalanche scores 2-1 Golden Knights.
Again, I really like that line with Coyle and VC and Wood because they're all big bodies. They all protect the puck very well. Charlie Coyle, I'm really impressed with him and his ability. I mean, I remember playing against him when he was younger. He can do it even better now, and he was really good at it then. Just protecting the puck and using his body to put himself in between the player and the puck.
Another shot, another save made by Schmid. Whistle blows with 6:50 to go in the second period. 1-2 Mountain Time Lager and the Avalanche have in common. They're both cool, crisp, and from Colorado. If you love hockey, then you're going to love Mountain Time. Go grab a case. Game time means Mountain Time. Nelson on the faceoff, out there between Kivi Ranta and Logan O'Connor. Turnover, O'Connor, Kivi Ranta, Finn on the one-timer. Oh, I don't believe it. Kivi Ranta was set up perfectly after a horrible mistake by Vegas. O'Connor laid it in front, and Kivi Ranta got underneath it.
He got jammed.
Stretch pass, side. Leaves it. Save made by Wedgwood on Dorofeyev. O'Connor pushes it through center ice. Kivi Ranta looking for revenge. Across the blue line, down to the corner. Kivi Ranta, no points in his last 4 games. No angle shot from Brock Nelson. Off the side of the net, Nelson has it, the half wall. Down to the corner, that's off a leg. Nelson will reel it in. Logan O'Connor tries to tuck it in, and that got away from him as well. Cale Makar at the point. Shimmies away from Dorofeyev. Nice feed for Devon Taves. He'll curl away. Avs have found some energy here. Makar keeps it himself. Makar splits the D. Makar held up for a moment. Doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Forced back through the neutral zone. Makar. What a play to get it to Logan O'Connor. Into the skates of Nathan McKinnon. He couldn't handle it. And Vegas, from their point of view, mercifully has it back with 5:40 to go in the second period. You can see the skill and the smarts of Cale Makar.
He is fun to watch. When he gets dancing like that, right along the blue line.
Speaking of dancing, here's Nathan McKinnon, dispossessed by Shea Theodore. Cale Makar will pick up the loose puck and bring it back in onside with Valanchuk. Near side circle. The Chuskin motors below the goal line. McKinnon turns it back behind the net. Lehkonen can't get there in time, and it's an easy out for the Golden Knights. Pearson now for Schwint. Bumped by Makar. Malinsky is there. Malinsky into the skates of Valanchuk. Valanchuk, by the way, his third 20-goal season. At 28 last year for a career high to Valanchuk. Under 5 to go in the second period. Shots are 20-12 Avalanche. Vegas leads 2-1. This is an easy offside on the Golden Knights, so we'll take a timeout. 4:51 to go in the second period. Valanchuk has scored on the power play. McKinnon makes a little bit of Avalanche history. We'll take a timeout. 2-1 Golden Knights. Thanks for listening tonight to the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
The daughter of an electrical engineer, Leslie Bailey's dad told her that she should learn a trade. Even though she waited until her 40s, she switched careers and became a union electrician. She loves the freedom to travel and work in other states or countries and says the feeling of belonging to something bigger than yourself is amazing.
I'm Leslie Bailey. I am the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW. Come join us.
Go online at IBEW68.com.
Coach Malone out. Calvin Booth out. Why now?
Josh Kroenke sat down with our pal Vic Lombardi.
This wasn't a decision that was taken lightly or taken as in a reactionary fashion to anything specific. Having observed that group over a period of time, there were certain trends that were very worrisome.
Josh Kroenke sat at a podium last year and basically, in not so many terms, said, I want to see everybody work together. I need to see a unity.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Over for McKinnon. He scores!
Hey, Avs faithful, Altitude Plus is the place to stream Avalanche games, and it's available now. Stream live broadcasts, plus pre- and post-game coverage, full episodes of Altitude Sports Originals, and more.
Power drive! He scores! Oh, hail Kale!
Visit AltitudePlus.com to subscribe today. Altitude Plus, your streaming home of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
4:51 to go in the second. Ball Arena downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche trail the Golden Knights 2-1 with engineer extraordinaire Alan Baca, John Mitchell, Alex Ryan, Pat Chavez, and KJ Granderson. I'm the least important of the group. It's our pleasure to bring you the Avs and the Golden Knights for the final time this season here on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Oh, you're so modest. Listen to him. I'm the least important.
I'm the least important. Nobody likes to hear from me. Here's Olofsson. Nobody likes to hear from him. He'll dump it into the Avalanche zone. Lindgren will send it back. White Cloud had a chance to play it. Did not. Icing is waved off. White Cloud in his own end. Big hit thrown by Chris Wagner. And that frees up the puck for Lindgren. Backwards crossover along the red line. Dumps it in on Schmid. He'll block her to the corner. Wagner is there. Now Parker Kelly looking to center it. Kelly a goal and an assist in his last 4. His next goal will be a career high for Parker Kelly. Nice low-key addition by Chris McFarland. Parker Kelly coming over from the Ottawa Senators. Wagner thrown into the boards. Play continues. Looked worse than it was. Kelly comes out of the pile with it. Stick handling. Welcomes in Carlson. Now it's Drury to the point. Eric Johnson. He lets it go. Glove save made by Schmid in the glove. 3:59 to go in the second period. Shots are 13-4. Avalanche here in period 2. But they still trail Vegas 2-1.
Again, that has to be the fourth or fifth shift this period that the fourth line has had. And every single one of their shifts is down in the Vegas zone. That's it. That you couldn't ask anything more out of your fourth line than that right there.
And frankly, really over the last 2 weeks with Logan O'Connor down on that right flank, that's exactly what they've been doing. I mean, +2 really the last 2 games because of that. Taves to the point, again, telegraphed it for the aforementioned O'Connor. Dorofeyev took it away, but Logan O'Connor playing defense. Lost an edge, Dorofeyev through the crease. That misses. Kept alive by Hutton near side point. Behind the net side. One hands it to the near circle up top for Hutton. Now he lets it go. Again, made it all the way through. Waugh picks it up. Kick free by Cale Makar. He's got it. Into the path of Logan O'Connor. Got turned around a bit, so he'll just fling it in. Schmid will hold it up for Hutton as the Avalanche are changing 1 by 1. 3:25 to go in the second period. 2-1 Golden Knights. Waugh across the Avalanche line. Plays it through the legs of Taves. Eric Johnson hacks at it. Somebody's stick broke. And the Avs are able to force it back through the neutral zone. Roped in by O'Connor. Slowed up by Schmid, but Miles Wood's going to get there first. Now for Logan O'Connor near corner. Wants to center it. Up top from Olinsky, double clutches, shot is blocked in front. Excuse me, that was Charlie Coyle, 10, not 70. Coyle now for Lindgren, he lets fly. That is Braden McNabb. Miles Wood lets it go. Pad save made by Schmid. Shooting gallery here. They score! Easy peasy! 2:52 to go in the second period. And ladies Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is a tie hockey game. Jimmy Vesey gets his first in burgundy and blue, and Colorado has scored 2 straight to tie it.
Good things happen when you get the puck to the net, you get bodies to the net, you have some urgency in your game, and that's exactly what that was. That was 3 shots in a row, then rebounds start bouncing in front of the net. You've got Vegas players all over the place in front of the net, but unfortunately, it's a shot. It's a rebound that kind of pops out to the front of the net, and it's bouncing a little bit. And then Vesey, Johnny on the spot. It kind of bounces through Mark Stone's feet, and then he's right there to bang it home.
Here's Alan Roach.
Oh, scored by number 26, Jimmy Vesey. His 5th goal of the season, assisted by number 10, Charlie Coyle, and number 28, Miles Wood. Time of the goal.
So Coyle has 5 points his last 3 games, and Miles Wood has 4 points in his last 3. Shot towards the net of Wedgwood. He'll cover up with 2:21 to go in the second period. Vesey gets his first. His last goal with the New York Rangers was career goal number 100. This is 101, and it's a big one for the Avalanche. They were down 2-0, but now it's tied at 2.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. It's finding a way to climb back into a game. And it's not just going to happen 2 shifts in a row. You have to work at it. You have to earn it. You just got to kind of chip away at it. And the Avs have done a beautiful job of that this period. They have 15 shots on net.
They've upgraded you to 16.
Sorry, 16 shots on net.
16-4 here in the second. They were 8 apiece back in the first. Turnover, Colorado. Barbashev can't get it around Cale Makar. Now Lehkonen looking ahead across center ice. Lehkonen will send it off the near side corner boards. A little less predictable there for the Avalanche. Kick loose by AVALANCHE. Pinching his Taves. Far side half wall. Guides it behind the net. McKinnon out in front. Lehkonen misses. Wide glove side. Makar back to the trapezoid for McKinnon on his forehand. Welcomes in Canafin, one-timer from AVALANCHE. That's a save made by Schmidt. Taves, McKinnon centers it again. AVALANCHE was headed towards the net front, and again, it's a gift for the Golden Knights to get across center ice. But speaking of gifts, they give it back. AVALANCHE in from Arturi Lehkonen. He misses high over the top. Lehkonen's just trying to pick that corner. Had one back in the first period, and he didn't even put it on target. Cale Makar dancing away from trouble, breaking ankles as he tends to do. AVALANCHE down deep in Vegas territory. Barbashev bumped by Makar. Taves trying to get there ahead of Mark Stone. Taves leans in front of the Golden Knights captain. Taves, stretch feed for Logan O'Connor. Did he touch it? Yes, icing is waved off. Nelson returns it for Logan O'Connor. Wants to center, it does. Malinsky lets it go. Deflected wad. Kivirant to the loose change. Avs are alive. Malinsky from Lindgren. Lindgren has it back. Pass to the slot. Bumped by Kivirant. Now Lindgren down from up top, out in front for Brock Nelson. Save made by Schmidt. Avs were right there for the rebound, and this is a panic clearance that ends up being off the post. Icing is waved off. Unlucky for Colorado there with 40 seconds to go in the period, but they're just fully charged right now.
This is fun to watch.
There is a Avalanche glove in the offensive zone, offside on Colorado. I didn't know a glove could put you offside.
I think somebody got pushed offside, but I'm assuming that the Vegas Golden Knights are really happy that this period's going to be over in 33 seconds because the Avs are just absolutely piling this on. And what a great play by Val to kind of sauce that puck into the middle. And the reason that Leckie can get a breakaway there is because he's just not, the defenseman's turned around. He's not even facing the puck.
Here comes McKinnon, a shot, trying to go 5-hole on Schmidt. He makes the save with 20 seconds to go in the period. Failed clearance, Vegas. Makar down the near side boards. Makar centers it, blocked. Sod up and out, no icing, 12 seconds left. Maybe last chance saloon here for Devon Taves. Makar all the way over for McKinnon. Half straddling the blue line. Makar can't get to it. 2 seconds to go. Period 2 is through. Vegas opened the scoring with a goal from Braden McNabb, but then Colorado got 2 straight. Won by Valnichushkin on the power play from McKinnon and Coyle. And then Coyle and Wood set up Jimmy Vesey for his first with the Avalanche at the 17:08 mark to tie it at 2 after 2.
You couldn't ask for a better period if you're the Colorado Avalanche. You had a lot of shots on net. You at least doubled them up offensive zone time in that period. The ice is completely tilted. Again, you just wish you had another 5 to 7 minutes left in this period because it was just getting piled on and piled on. You could feel another one coming. Somehow you have to harness that energy and how that feeling was going into the dressing room here and bring it out for the third period. Don't come out too lackluster.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes there.
All good.
Third period is where the Avalanche have really excelled as far as goals in the third period. One of the best teams in the National Hockey League to tally. Hopefully they can make that count. That'll happen in just about 17 and a half minutes. In the meantime, Alex Ryan-Emmy will take over here in the Peter McNabb broadcast booth with your intermission report, scores and highlights from this game and around the world of sports. John Mitchell and I will have the third period for you, live from downtown Denver in just about 17 minutes' time. But after 40 minutes of play at Ball Arena, it's the Golden Knights 2 and the Avalanche 2. We thank you for listening tonight to the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Now McKinnon all the way over for Cale Makar. Takes it back from McKinnon. He lets it go for Middlestat. Toward the net. That's a goal.
Your Avalanche intermission report is next. Top man on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. The shocking news broke Tuesday morning. Michael Malone out as head coach.
Are you serious? The Denver Nuggets have just fired head coach Michael Malone.
This is a head basketball coach that won an NBA title less than 2 years ago.
That's stunning.
Calvin Booth out as general manager.
Multiple reports that there had been a little bit of tension there between Coach Malone and general manager Calvin Booth.
What's next for the Nuggets?
Salvaging what is remaining of this regular season.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
With 40 locations and more coming soon, you're sure to have a Cobblestone near you. Save time, save money, and go unlimited with Cobblestone Car Wash. When you sign up for an unlimited plan, you get to enjoy the benefits and wash all you want with no contract required. Just ask a Cobblestone team member for more details or visit cobblestone.com to find a location near you and sign up today. Cobblestone Car Wash, official car wash partner of the Colorado Avalanche. Go Avs, go!
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
This song doesn't have a name, but if it did, it'd probably be something about togetherness, because it's a collaboration, not between pop stars and producers, but between music therapists and kids. Music therapy is a treatment that doesn't involve medication or needles, and it's been proven to help children manage pain and contribute to faster healing. So it shouldn't surprise you, it's our favorite song. And just one way we partner with you for a life well lived. Intermountain Health. The power of we.
That's it, man. That's it, man. No more.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
I like our start, boys. I love our start.
This is your Avalanche intermission report.
Sharp physically, sharp mentally. We are going to have success.
Avalanche intermission on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome to your Colorado Avalanche intermission report. I'm your host, Alex Ryan-Emmy. Through 40 minutes of play between the Avs and the Vegas Golden Knights, we are tied at a score of 2-2. Today's Avalanche game is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Avs trailed 1-0 after one. Vegas got out to an early 2-0 lead in the second, but that woke the Avs up in a dominant second period where they put 19 shots on goal in that middle frame. Scratch that, make it... Oh, no, 19 is now the correct number. 19 shots on goal for Colorado in the second compared to just 4 for the visiting Vegas Golden Knights. Total shots on goal through 2 periods of play, 27 for the Avs and 12 for the Vegas Golden Knights. The Avs do score on the power play. They are 1 for 3 on their opportunities. Vegas 0 for 1, but they have scored a shorthanded goal in this one. Colorado out-hitting Vegas 20-5 in this game. The Golden Knights have blocked 10 shots to Colorado's 3. Giveaways 13 for the Golden Knights and 8 for the homestanding Avalanche. Takeaways are even at 3 apiece. Let's hear how this one happened after William Karlsson scored a shorty in the first. Braden McNabb, just 40 seconds into the middle frame, doubled the lead for Vegas.
Karlsson behind the net for Smith. 2 OG Golden Knights. Called them the Golden Misfits back. Once upon a time, 17-18 season was the inaugural year for Vegas. Karlsson out in front. That's blocked. Off the skate of Brock Nelson. Now McNabb is shot and he scores. Seeing eye puck. McNabb scores once in a blue moon, and it must be a blue moon out tonight. 40 seconds into the second period. The Avs get stuck in their own zone, and now they're down by 2.
McNabb squeaks his way past Scott Wedgwood. 2-0 is the score 40 seconds into the second period of play, and then the Avs turned it on halfway through. Val Nichushkin scores his 20th goal of the year. This one comes on the power play, and after a lengthy review.
Coyle will take the face-off here. Wins it for Val Nichushkin. Now Nathan McKinnon. Far circle McKinnon at the dot. Lets it go. Rebound is there, Colorado. And on his back, Akira Schmidt makes the save. I cannot believe how lucky Akira Schmidt is right this second. Unbelievable.
It's pretty incredible, but
it's really close.
It's really close. Is there anything definitive where you can see the puck behind the line, though?
It's really tough. We do have a look at some of the other cameras that are actually located inside the net. Here's Chris Schlenker.
Previous play is under review to determine if the puck crossed the line.
I don't know if this bodes well for the Avs that it's taking this long or not. And I hate to say that maybe not, just because they couldn't find a definitive angle. But
here's the call.
We'll see.
On further video review, the puck is in the goalkeeper's glove. Crosses the line. We have a goal.
The choo-choo train pulls into the station. Not oftentimes am I happily surprised after goal decisions, but this time I am. The power play, and specifically Val Nichushkin makes it count. The Avalanche are on the board. It's 2-1 Vegas with 10:14 to go in the second period.
Nichushkin's 20th of the year on the power play, assisted by Nathan McKinnon, gets his 84th helper on the season, and Charlie Coyle. McKinnon's point is 1,015th as a member of the Colorado Avalanche in 870 games, the same amount of games that it took Joe Sakic to record 1,015 points. Those are tied for the most in Avalanche history. Again, just Avalanche, not dating back to Joe's days with the Quebec Nordiques. One more point, and Nathan McKinnon will own that record all by himself. That goal scored at the 9-minute and 46-second mark of that second period. Again, Nichushkin for McKinnon, and Coyle cuts the Vegas lead in half. And then we were waiting to hear what the goal call was. It's easy, it's peasy, it's Jimmy Vesey.
Coyle now for Lindgren. He lets fly at his Braden McNabb. Miles Wood lets it go. Pad save made by Schmidt. Shooting gallery here. They score! Easy peasy! 2:52 to go in the second period. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is a tie hockey game. Jimmy Vesey gets his first in burgundy and blue, and Colorado has scored 2 straight to tie it.
Good things happen when you get the puck to the net, you get bodies to the net, you have some urgency in your game, and that's exactly what that was. That was 3 shots in a row, then rebounds start bouncing in front of the net. You've got Vegas players all over the place in front of the net, but unfortunately, it's a shot. It's a rebound that kind of pops out to the front of the net, and it's bouncing a little bit. And then Vesey, Johnny on the spot. It kind of bounces through Mark Stone's feet, and then he's right there to bang it home.
The Harvard product scores his 5th goal of the season, his first as a member of the Burgundy and Blue. Charlie Coyle gets his 2nd assist of the period. And Miles Wood gets his 4th helper on the season, ties the game up with 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in that second period. And that's our score through 40 minutes here at Ball Arena. Vegas 2, Colorado 2. We'll take a quick timeout, get you guys caught up with the rest of the NHL scoreboard on the other side. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Every week, Altitude Sports Radio has the Jared Bednar Show.
What does the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche do on a day off?
I would like to say I slept in, but I had the radio show in the morning, so I didn't do that.
It's always Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane's fault.
Tomorrow, Coach Bednar is up bright and early to join Vic, Mark, and Brett to break down tonight's game with Vegas.
8:30 tomorrow.
Presented by Quantum Fiber. Internet that's everything you imagine and then some. On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey, Avalanche fans, aluminum is the most recycled packaging material on Earth, which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back for every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come. Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Colorado Avalanche. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
America's favorite tea made a hard iced tea?
Obviously.
And it's brewed with real Lipton tea?
Obviously.
Try a refreshing Lipton hard iced tea, whether you need to cool off at a pool party or beat the heat at the next barbecue. Visit your local liquor store or grocery store to pick up a variety pack of our 4 flavors: lemon, peach, strawberry, and half and half.
Introducing Lipton Hard Iced Tea with 5% alcohol. Your cup of hard tea. Legal 21 plus, contains alcohol. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024, The Sunrise Brewing Company, Rochester, New York. Flavored malt beverages do not contain distilled spirits. All Copy Products is a one-stop shop for all your office technology needs. Whether you're looking for a brand new office copier, state-of-the-art espresso machine, or for professional help with your IT environment, All Copy Products is devoted to helping you overcome your everyday workplace challenges and focus more on your core business. Find out how All Copy Products can help your company maximize its efficiency with their award-winning service today by visiting www.allcopyproducts.com.
Avalanche Intermission continues now on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back inside the Peter McNabb broadcast booth here at Ball Arena. Through 40 minutes of play, the Vegas Golden Knights and your Colorado Avalanche are tied at a score of 2-2. Avalanche Hockey is brought to you by Ball Corporation. All in for the Avs. Aluminum, all in. Avs and Golden Knights are part of a 10-game National Hockey League slate this evening. Wild finishes as the Vancouver Canucks come back after trailing 5-2. They score 3 goals in 59 seconds on the road at Dallas, and then Kiefer Sherwood ends it in overtime.
Hughes right circle, top of the line, to the left corner for Hronek. Poke check by Harley low in the zone. He's knocked down by Hronek at the end boards. Garland gets it in front for Sherwood. He scores! Kiefer Sherwood wins it in overtime for the Canucks, and they're back from the dead. They trailed 5-2 in the final minute of the third, but win it 6-5 on the road in Texas, and it's Sherwood with the overtime winner, his 18th of the season.
Desperation time for the Vancouver Canucks. They've got 85 points. They trail the Minnesota Wild for the final spot in the Western Conference by 6 points. Minnesota at 91 and Vancouver at 85. Big time come from behind victory there. Dallas gets 1 point in the overtime loss. They trail Winnipeg by now 4 points for the number 1 seed in the Central Division. They have an 8-point lead on Colorado. Again, if Colorado wins tonight, they will be locked in to that 3 seed in the Central Division. Moving on in the NHL scoreboard, the Predators get a 7-6 overtime victory over the New York Islanders, and it's Fedor Svechkov with the winner.
Shea looks back in, now on the right wing side, holds up, looks for some help. Here's Svechkov, scores! Fedor Svechkov scores in overtime, and the Predators beat the New York Islanders here tonight by a final of 7-6.
2 goals and 2 assists from Steven Stamkos in that win. The Penguins blank the Blackhawks 5-0 thanks to 26 saves from Tristan Jarry. The Blue Jackets beat the Senators 5-2, but Ottawa does clinch a playoff spot in the East. The Bruins 7-2 over the Devils. Panthers with an empty netter make it not 2, but 3-1 over the Leafs in the early game on ESPN. 17 saves for Sergei Bobrovsky in that one. And the Canadiens get goal number 37 from American Cole Caulfield. Canadiens currently holding on to the wild card 2 spot in the East. The Sabres blank the Hurricanes by a score of 3-0. But in our game, the Avs are tied with the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 2-2. The final 20 minutes live from Ball Arena with Connor McGahey and John Mitchell are next. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
At 9 News, our Weather Impact team prioritizes alerting you early and often when disruptive weather comes to Colorado. We explain when severe weather will hit, how it will directly affect your life, and deliver information that keeps you prepared. When we experience any weather that impacts or inconveniences you, we'll issue a Weather Impact Day. Be prepared and stay connected during severe weather with your 9 News Weather Impact team.
The shocking news broke Tuesday morning.
Shocked at the timing, not necessarily surprised.
Calvin Booth out as general manager.
The lack of depth and talent, that goes to the GM.
Michael Malone out as head coach.
A lack of hearing the voices in the locker room and on the bench, now that goes to coaching.
What's next for the Nuggets?
This move right now is because they do think they can win using a different approach.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
whoa, my kid's got a serious backhand.
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
tennis camp is how much?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you to help you build a savings plan for expenses big and small so your money can make money. Mike, how's that sound?
Sounds like match point.
Sounds like love.
We could serve up tennis puns all day.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
Next goal changes everything here. Don't turn down his shot, eh? He gets scored on in bunches.
Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Who's going to answer the bell?
It's time for the third period.
We are going on the hunt. You don't sit back on these guys, and you just keep playing till the buzzer sounds, all right?
Here's the voice of the Avalanche, Connor McGahey, on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Start of the third period, Paul Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Golden Knights are tied at 2 apiece. The third period of Avs hockey is brought to you by the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey, Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
That was impressive, too.
Thanks very much.
Well done.
Appreciate that very much.
What a talent you are.
A lot of spare time, I feel like. So it was 2-0, John Mitchell, Vegas. Shorthanded goal back in the first, and then an early goal in the second. But the Avalanche, and they've done this all year, really. They've had a great ability to shift their focus and really turn that switch on and have an immediate impact on the game.
Well, that's what they were able to do. That entire second period. Obviously, Vegas comes out, scores a goal 40 seconds in. Not what you want. And you could easily be the Avs, hey, this game, again, doesn't really mean a whole lot for us in the standings or anything. We could shut the mill and just wrap it up and call it a game. But no, the Avs respond. They crawl back in, and I think that the reason it started is because of the fourth line. I love the way they were tenacious on pucks. They get pucks in behind D. They go, they be physical. They play down in their zone the whole time. That is what sets the tone, and that just filters throughout the rest of the lineup.
Third line for Jared Bednar starts things off. Brock Nelson and company in burgundy and blue going right to left. Golden Knights in white, gray, gold, black, and red. The opposite direction. Shot from Hannafin. That misses. Kiviranta can't get to it. White Cloud. They'll force it down the near side boards. Ends up all the way at the far wall. Now it's hacked towards the net. Brock Nelson in his big frame stays with it and forces the puck back into Vegas Golden Knights territory. Smith can't get to it. Wedgwood out to guide it for Devontae. Just underway here in the third period. Nichushkin has a power play goal. It is his first goal in his last 6 games for Val Nichushkin, but he gets to 20 on the season. Icing is waved off here as Lehkonen gets to it. Val Nichushkin frees up the puck. Tries to dance away from Cole Schwindt. Lost the puck in the process. Nathan McKinnon, again an assist on that power play goal. Points in 26 straight home games, which is the longest in the NHL this season, and ties Joe Sakic for the most points in Avalanche-only history with 1,015. Same amount of games played. Icing here on the Golden Knights. 18:48 to go in the third. Tied at 2. Any rebroadcast of this game, however tempting, is strictly prohibited without the written consent of the Avalanche National Hockey League. Berg Simpson Injury Lawyers remind you that when the game is on the line, call 303-790-2525. If you've been injured, contact Berg Simpson. Good lawyers, changing lives. Avs only allowed Vegas 4 shots on goal in that second period. That's the fewest shots allowed in a second period by the Avalanche this season. Did I read that right?
You did read that.
How about that?
And yeah, the shot differential of 15 plus. That's a lot. They've done it. Last time they did it was against Anaheim back in October.
Wow. VC with a backhander, looking for his second of the game. Now on the cycle is Miles Wood up top for Cale Makar on the blue line, shot towards the net. That hit Braden McNabb and pops right back into the circles. And Vegas able to clear it back into the Avalanche zone briefly. VC leaves it for Miles Wood. Can't get it deep. Shea Theodore hacked at by VC. They'll put it on the tape of Caden Korzak out of Yorkton, Saskatchewan.
Good old Sask boy.
Sask boy.
You have to say it like that.
Sask.
You can't just say like, hey, he's a good old Sask boy. Oh, good old Sask.
Little growl to it.
Yeah, you got to get a little growl in there.
That if you're from Binscarth, Manitoba, like Cody McLeod.
Yeah. That is quite the name of a city.
No growl with Waterloo, Ontario.
No, not really. Yeah, that's just Waterloo, home of the Blackberry.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Drury leads it for Kelly, lets it go. Schmidt makes the save. Looking at it in between the pillows, he'll hang on. 2.5 gone here in the third period. Shots are 28-12. Avalanche. Score is tied at 2 apiece.
You're right. We have a fellow Kitchener-Waterloo player on the ice tonight. Cole Schwint, hailing from Kitchener, Ontario. I gave you a little tidbit that Waterloo and Kitchener are twin cities. They are connected. There's uptown Waterloo and there's downtown Kitchener.
Where did you hang out?
Neither. No, I was not. Neither. I wasn't a town kind of guy.
He's a country boy, John Mitchell.
Yep. I lived close to the St. Jacobs Farmers Market, which I still love to go back to when I go back home.
Cole Schwint, part of the Kachuk to Florida deal. Actually claimed off of waivers from the Flames back on October 7th. Only his 48th career game for Cole Schwint. Avs had the puck in the Vegas zone. Shot from Lindgren. That's off a shin pad. Calls for Barbashev. We're seeing the Barbasol theme when he has the puck. Rolls it into the Avalanche and Malinsky. Quickly head for Brock Nelson, private eye. Into space for Kivy Runta. Can he get there? No. It's across center ice. Hanifin gave it right back to him. Devon Taves waits for just 5 players to be on the ice in front of the Avalanche bench. Always a tense moment when you're making a change. Here comes Vegas up the middle. Pocket picked by Valanchuk. Hands it off for McKinnon. Now stretches it for Cale Makar across the Vegas line. Makar holds up looking for space. Makar has it hacked away. Nathan McKinnon tries to backhand it deep, but it goes right to Shea Theodore. Carlson, the takeover from him, angles it off the boards. Tracking back is Valanchuk. This steal it away with 16:13 to go in the third period. 2-2 hockey game. Valanchuk. What a move through center ice. Nichushkin hands it off for McKinnon. He throws on the brakes. McKinnon all the way over for Cale Makar. That's to the middle. Makar couldn't get a shot away or a pass. Broken up by Kolasar. Devon Taves and Lehkonen swatted deep out in front. Valanchuk looking for 2. And that rang off the shoulder of Akira Schmidt. McKinnon has it back in the corner. Valanchuk looking like his old self tonight. Devon Taves towards the net. That's deflected by Lehkonen. Puck goes straight up in the air. Pearson for Kolasar, who got behind Taves. Kolasar, Taves. What a play by Devon Taves to get a stick on that puck as it goes into the screen. The fans know it, and they applaud. The best one-on-one defender in the NHL.
Is that factual, or is that your opinion?
That is my opinion, which also happens to be fact.
and I don't disagree with you. He is a very, very good defender, but he's playing from behind the 8 ball there. He's chasing down Kolasar, and Devon Taves is a very undercut undercover, underrated skater. He has tremendous speed and quickness, and for him to get back there and get his stick on that puck to nullify any sort of breakaway opportunity for Colasar, that just shows his speed and his ability to skate.
Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Avs able to get there first. Eric Johnson behind the Colorado net connects with VC at the Avalanche line. Off a stick from Miles Wood, turns backwards. Middleton, sort of a check-back play. Now Charlie Coyle off the near side boards, and stride is Miles Wood. He holds up again. Wood keeps it himself. Working behind the net. Now for VC. Up top for Eric Johnson. Lets it go. That sails wide. Middleton will pinch near side boards. Shuffle boards it loose. Can't get it deep. Dorofeyev knocks it away from him. Waugh will dump it in. EJ is back with it. 15 minutes to go in the third period. Vegas, no shots the last 12 minutes of hockey played here at Ball Arena. Now Hannafin, speaking of former Flames, winds it through center ice. Mark Stone will dump it in. Wedgwood plays it back to Stone, centering feed, and that's maybe off the paddle of Wedgwood, wide of the mark. Hit thrown by Lindgren, freezes the puck for Parker Kelly. Sam Malinsky looks north for Colorado. Wagner backhands it in through the legs of Jack Drury. White Cloud will get there first for the Golden Knights. Tipped by Brett Howden. This has enough juice to be icing. It does. 14-16 to go in the third. Avalanche applies some pressure, and they get an offensive zone faceoff. 2-2 here in the third.
It always works out really well when you don't give up any shots on goal for your goaltender.
I've heard that, actually.
Yeah, you've heard that? Yeah, you've heard that term? Yeah, no shots on goal is exactly what your goaltender wants. It is to a certain extent, because when you're not getting shots, you're also not getting tested. You're also maybe sometimes not in the game. And I'm not saying that Vegas hasn't had opportunities. They certainly have.
Just ask Julie the Cat Gaffney at Mighty Ducks 2. Or was that 3? I forgot. Gil McCarr will keep it in. His shot is blocked. Vegas the other way. 2-on-1 developing here. Glided over for Barbashev, and maybe Wedgwood got a piece of it. It goes wide to his right. But again, the Avalanche turn it over at the Vegas blue line, and it turns into an odd man rush for the Golden Knights the opposite direction.
You just have to be aware of what's behind you. Obviously, whatever Vegas has been doing hasn't been working, so now they're kind of stretching the zone and getting players in behind the Avalanche defenders.
Almost up Petrangelo. Theodore cuts off McKinnon. Smith up and not out. McKinnon picks a pocket with the help of Taves. Baseballs it down out of midair. Rockies lost to the 8th. Now it's behind the net. Turnover, McNabb. And it's off the skate of Arturi Lehkonen. Falls back for Schmidt. He'll cover up, and we'll take a timeout. 13:26 to go in the third period at Ball Arena in Denver. Avalanche 2, Golden Knights 2. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Coach Malone out. Calvin Booth out. Why now?
Are you happy with where the Nuggets are right now?
No, of course not.
If you're going to make a change in the offseason, why not roll the dice and do it now, 3 games before the playoffs?
I'll give you one reason. Respect to the greatest coach in the history of the franchise.
I feel like it's more of I think there's something else we can do with this season.
The reaction continues tomorrow starting at 6 in the morning with Brett Kane.
We're here to react to it and get your opinion on it.
On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
Hey Avalanche fans, aluminum is the most recycled packaging material on Earth, which means every time you recycle a Ball aluminum can, it gets to come back for every nail biter, every triumph for the ages, and all the great moments to come. Ball is the official sustainability partner of the Colorado Avalanche. So join the recycling revolution. The future is in your hands. Recycle it.
Hey, it's Francisco from Rhinehouse, and let's get this straight. It takes balls to play bocce.
That's because bocce is lawn bowling.
Right. Okay. At Rhinehouse, we're all about the fun of bocce and great German-style food, and I've got the wieners to prove it.
Hang on. You mean sausages?
Right again.
Oh, boy.
All your favorite German delights here at Rhinehouse.
I do love those huge pretzels.
Let me cook something up for you.
Rhinehouse, close to Ball Arena on 14th and Market.
You've got the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
13:26 to go in the third period. Paul Arena, downtown Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche and Golden Knights are tied at 2 apiece with Alan Baca, John Mitchell, Alex Ryan-Emmys somewhere, Pat Chavez, and KJ Granderson. All by his lonesome back in our NHL Tonight studios in Lone Tree. I'm Connor McGahey. Thank you for listening. Avs were down 2-0, but they tied it at 2. Back in the second period, now they have an offensive zone draw with Brock Nelson. He can't win it. Vegas has it behind the net. Korczak up and through the legs of Smith, but not out on the first try, out on the second try. Nelson back for Johnson. All the Suns working together. Counterattack, Karlsson. Shot blocked by Middleton. Middleton throws a hit on Karlsson. That frees up Vegas. Pass back door. Logan O'Connor will get there first. Can he muscle the puck out of the zone? He can. Nelson to his left. O'Connor will just arch it in on his own. Sent back out by Ben Hutton. Puck is loose at the red line. And Sam Malinsky does a nice job to take it away from Cole Schwint. And now return it to Lindgren as he'll dump it in for the Avs with 12:42 to go in the third, tied at 2. Korczak off the near boards. Kolesar holds up. Schwint all alone in the slot. Kolesar couldn't get him the puck as he's bumped into by VC, and the Avalanche, I think, caught a big break there.
Yeah, they sure did. You can't let somebody just be walking down the middle right inside the hash marks. But if you can at least swarm that guy that has the puck, then he's not going to be able to make a clean pass.
Taves out through center ice over the stick of Miles Wood. Taps it backwards now for Whitecloud. Does Waugh. Stolen away. Wagner hacking and whacking at it in the neutral zone, kind of like me with the irons. Long irons, anyhow. I'm not bad with the pitching wedge and a 9-iron. 6 and 7 is not. That's me.
That's not your forte.
That's not my forte. Shot from Saad. That misses the net. Then the Avalanche get a stick to it. Wagner for Cale Makar. Avs may have some space here. Drury. Parker Kelly holding, shooting right into the gut of Akira Schmid. And he'll pause proceedings with 11:38 to go in the third. Still tied at 2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Brought to you by Berg Simpson across the vast Altitude Sports Radio.
Centers. Hockey comes alive. Only Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Face on the left of Akira Schmid. 11:38 to go in the third period. McKinnon, Lehkonen, Nichushkin, Makar, and Taves is your Avalanche party of 5. Nichushkin gets to the loose puck, skies it for Cale Makar, has to glove it down, returns it to Val Nichushkin in his glove. Bouncing puck, Taves. He can't settle it either behind the net for Arturi Lehkonen. One hands it from McKinnon. Takes the pass to Makar. Taves lets it go, looking for a deflection from Lehkonen in front. Clearance from Vegas fails. Lehkonen down to the corner. McKinnon. He's got Nichushkin cutting towards the net front. McKinnon behind the net now near side circle. McKinnon underneath. Taves lets it go. Tipped, and it's a save at the last second made by Schmidt. McKinnon centers it. That's broken up. Batted out of midair by Vegas. And now they have numbers the other way. Mark Stone slowly makes his way to the Avalanche line. Drop pass. Stone all alone and went off the heel of his stick. And now it's back to McKinnon. The Avalanche have a 2-on-3 the other way. Nichushkin holds up looking for 2, returns it to McKinnon. That's off the end wall. End of a shift for everybody. Both bodies and minds, I think, were tired on that one.
Without a doubt. I like Nate's thought process. Kick it out to Val to the left. Try and drive through, push that defender back. Val wanted to go back to him, just didn't have it there.
Nelson on the forecheck with Kiviranta. Vegas plays this out of the rink, and the Avalanche are going to get the second delay of game minor power play of the hockey game with 10:24 to go in the third period. Here's Chris Schlenker.
Vegas Golden Knights, number 6, minor penalty, delay a game.
So the Avs go on the pins and aces power play with their 1 for 3 tonight. They scored on their last one. It took a goal review, but Val Nichushkin got his 20th goal of the season.
Yeah, without a doubt. This is going to be a big power play. This is a key point of the game right now. And when you got that first power play goal, there was a lot of emphasis of getting bodies, getting pucks to the net, doing those little things. I suggest you continue the same way.
I think Brock Nelson hears you. Nelson will take the face-off right side of Schmidt, left side of the ice. He wins it. Cale Makar, immediate pressure from Saad. Down low for McKinnon. Draws in 2 Vegas Golden Knights. That frees up somebody. And now Cale Makar all the way over for Valanchke working at the hash marks. Up top, Makar has it again. Takes the pass into Chushkin. Now he hands it off. Then Chushkin back for Makar. Looking for a way through McKinnon. Slap pass backdoor. Nelson was right there. He couldn't get good wood to it. Now the Avalanche are 3-on-2 down low. Valanchke snaps it towards the net. He missed. Oh, look at the missed shots in a second, but they are aplenty for Colorado. Now Nichushkin in the corner, all the way over for Nathan McKinnon. Near side boards McKinnon, working high in the zone. Wanted to hand it off for Cale Makar, but Saad stayed with him the whole way and forces it back across center ice. Vegas will change up their killers. McKinnon hits the blue line, brought the other way by Carlson. Another shorthanded 2-on-1. Smith holding. Shot on, save made by Wedgwood. Cale Makar back with it, and that's more dangerous than it should be for Colorado with a minute gone in the power play. Almost gave up a second shorty to William Karlsson tonight. McKinnon, zone entry. Karlsson trying to clear it, kept in by Cale Makar. Arturi Lekin. Now for Nathan McKinnon, near side half wall. McKinnon hands it off for Makar. Now he lets it go. Save made by Schmidt. And the 2 goals aside, shots from distance, there have not been a whole lot of rebounds given up by Akira Schmidt tonight.
No, you have to give him a lot of credit for swallowing those pucks when they do come in there. But the Avs, again, they're getting some looks. They're getting some good opportunities. That backdoor try where it's from Cale up to the top to Nate down on the left, and then he one-times it. He's not trying to one-time it on the net. He's trying to go straight back post there. Unfortunately, the defender's just not in, or excuse me, the offensive player's not in the right position.
41 seconds to go in the power play. 1 shot on the man advantage so far. 9:04 to go in the third period in Denver. Tied at 2, Avalanche and Golden Knights. McKinnon can't win the faceoff. White Cloud is run over, and they're going to call Yoel Kiviranta for holding. So there goes that power play for the Avs. Kiviranta to the box, and will be 4-on-4 for 37 seconds.
Minor penalty. Holding.
Never like to see an offensive zone penalty taken, especially on a power play, but that's exactly what's happened to Yoel Kiviranta.
I mean, it looks like he gets elbowed in the face.
I know.
and falls on the defender, the Vegas Golden Knights defenseman, and then he gets a penalty out of that.
So 4-on-4, barring any other infractions, the next 37 seconds. It'll be Taves, Coyle, Makar, and Logan O'Connor. Looks like Brett Howden will take the draw for Vegas. Face-off won by Coyle. Taves with it. Now behind the Colorado net. Olsen keeping an eye on him in the trapezoid. Taves over the middle. Now 2-on-2, Charlie Coyle working with Logan O'Connor. Coyle leaves it for OC. O'Connor, what a move down low. Now swings behind the net, lost an edge. Don't see that happen very often to Logan O'Connor. Great skater Howden. Ahead, turned aside by Cale Makar. Flint back in, but it's right to White Cloud. Stretches it for Howden. What a reach by Logan O'Connor to free up the puck away from Howden. OC, a great shift on this 4-on-4 as Colorado is on the penalty kill for the first time tonight. And it comes with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third period. Avs will clear it down ice. Schmidt went up to reach to try and grab it. Excuse me, second penalty taken by the Avalanche. First since the first period. Karlsson winds it around, left to right. Now Nichushkin. Smart play by Val. He outsmarted Mark Stone there and bails it back to the Vegas line. Shea Theodore into Colorado territory. Glove down by Barbashev. Now Stone returns it for Theodore. His shot blocked by Val Nichushkin. Ends up on the stick of Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev at the half wall, now at the deep slot. Pietrangelo back for Dorofeyev. One-timer misses high, glove side. Karlsson will settle it down. Barbashev somehow gets it. Down low, Stone wants it back over Dorofeyev. That misses. The Avs get a good break, and it's back at the Vegas line with 23 seconds to go in the power play.
Give Vegas some credit. They're really snapping the puck around. They look good. Dorofeyev, I mean, he has 33 goals. I would be looking for that guy all day long, too.
Hanifin down low for Mark Stone. That's taken away, and Ryan Lindgren will do the duties this time, and he'll clear it, and that should do it for the Vegas power play. They have the puck behind their own goal line with 2 seconds to go. Kiviranta is set free. 7 minutes on the nose to go in the third period. 2-2, Avalanche and Golden Knights. Olofsson to the point. White Cloud back for Olofsson. Wants to center it. Monitored by Sam Malinsky. Shot is deflected by Taves. Into the screen. We'll take a timeout. 6:45 to go in the third in Denver. Avalanche 2, Golden Knights 2. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Style or substance? Somehow it became one or the other when choosing a truck. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. That's GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 models. See your local GMC dealer today. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 4/30/25.
Every week, Altitude Sports Radio has the Jared Bednar Show.
What does the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche do on a day off?
I would like to say I slept in, but I had the radio show in the morning, so I didn't do that.
It's always Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane's fault.
Tomorrow, Coach Bednar is up bright and early to join Vic, Mark, and Brett to break down tonight's game with Vegas.
8:30 tomorrow.
Presented by Quantum Fiber. Internet that's everything you imagine and then some. On Altitude Sports Radio 92.5.
What is worse than a clogged drain? Well, not much, but getting hit with hidden fees from a plumber is. My people at Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air are totally different. Mosier, their Rockstar team is highly trained, honest, and really good. It's just $79 for any clogged drain. Nothing more. No hidden fees, no trip charges, period. Get peace of mind at rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
The Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Playing the excellent choice of music is KJ Granderson back in our NHL Tonight studios. Here at Paul Arena, Alan Baca, John Mitchell, Alex Ryanemi, and Pat Chavez. Avs when the draw in their own zone. Cale Makar turned it over, gave it right to Carlson, centering feed. He gave it right to Devon Taves. Came of hot potato in the Avalanche end, and he'll lift it into the Golden Knights end for Hanifin. Off the stick of Olofsson, hacked at by Kiviranta. By Lehkonen. It's Nathan McKinnon. Near side circle. Lehkonen lets it go and hit a body, and it's behind Riley Smith. Pinching his Taves. Puck straight up in the air. Lehkonen did a great job to free up that puck and get a scoring chance, but again has not been rewarded for it just yet.
But you got to like Nate's patience there. Coming in, he looks like he's got a ton of speed, but then he just kicks it out.
BC's shot is blocked off the feed from Cale Makar. He gets it back. Tried to glide it behind the net for Miles Wood. He got the skate of Shea Theodore. Now it's a 5-car pileup. McKinnon trying to get loose. Middleton shoulders it down low. Vegas off the boards. Middleton keeps it alive one more time. He had Miles Wood available right at the blue line. Sent it down the boards. Now Coyle overskates it, and in the chaos, I believe it's offside on Vegas. 5:39 to go in the third. We'll take another timeout. Tonight's Avalanche game brought to you by your local Colorado Buick GMC dealers. We are tied at 2, Avs and Golden Knights. This is the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
America's favorite tea made a hard iced tea?
Obviously.
And it's brewed with real Lipton tea?
Obviously.
Try a refreshing Lipton hard iced tea, whether you need to cool off at a pool party or beat the heat at the next barbecue. Visit your local liquor store or grocery store to pick up a variety pack of our 4 flavors: lemon, peach, strawberry, and half and half.
Introducing Lipton Hard Iced Tea with 5% alcohol. Your cup of hard tea. Legal 21 plus, contains alcohol. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024, The Sunrise Brewing Company, Rochester, New York. Flavored malt beverages do not contain distilled spirits.
This is Todd Frayton's heart. He's begun his wellness journey. This is its sound on a treadmill, at a slight incline, on a stroll through the forest. And this is the heart of Maria Sanchez, his physician. What's it doing here? A lot, actually. Because when we partner with you, we don't just offer a strategic plan and status updates. We put our hearts into it, beat for beat. We call it
The power of we. Intermountain Health.
With 40 locations and more coming soon, you're sure to have a Cobblestone near you. Save time, save money, and go unlimited with Cobblestone Car Wash. When you sign up for an unlimited plan, you get to enjoy the benefits and wash all you want with no contract required. Just ask a Cobblestone team member for more details or visit cobblestone.com to find a location near you and sign up today. Cobblestone Car Wash, official car wash partner of the Colorado Avalanche. Go Avs, go!
It's the Avalanche on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
The Avalanche and Golden Knights are tied at 2 goals apiece. Neutral zone faceoff, Drury, Kelly, and Wagner are on the ice. It was going to be Drury. He's asked to lead, so here comes Parker Kelly. He can't win it away from Cole Schwint. Whitecloud sends it ahead, deflected by the Avalanche forward group. Dumped in a second time by Vegas. Middleton now for Kelly. Off the boards, through neutral ice. Wagner leaves it for Jack Drury. Drury holding. Wants to center it. Will send it deep instead. Wagner behind the net. Leaves it for Parker Kelly. Again, this line extraordinary for the Avalanche. Middleton off the end wall. Looking for a bounce in front. Wagner. Nice play between his legs for Kelly. Trying to sling it to the point for Eric Johnson. That doesn't work out. Puck is all the way down ice. Both teams will change. 5:02 to go in the third. Tied at 2.
It was looking great, that shift. Parker Kelly got it. I think he thought he was dumping the puck in, but going the wrong way, unfortunately. But to that same token, they're playing down there. They're playing in the Las Vegas zone. That is the most important thing when you're a fourth line. You don't want to get hemmed in your own zone. You don't want to be caught in your own end. And they've played down there all night long. So Betsy's got to be really happy and pleased with that line and their ability to play in the offensive zone as much as they have tonight.
Faceoff will be in the defensive zone for Colorado. And you're talking about 12 minutes for Jack Drury. He's gotten some power play time, but Kelly hovering right around 10 tonight. And I think for that group, Wagner included, this is going to be an Avalanche penalty. Puck over glass, delay of game, unforced error on Keaton Middleton. And the Vegas Golden Knights will get a power play with 4:43 to go in the third.
Colorado penalty, 67, 2 minutes, delay of game.
When was the last time you saw 3 penalties like this where it's just punted right out of the ice rink?
It's my least favorite penalty in the National Hockey League, but I don't recall seeing 3 in the same game.
See, Middleton, I feel like he's got a lot more time there to make a little bit more of a tape-to-tape pass. And I get it. There's a lot of face-off plays that you have in your own zone where you win it and you're punting the puck up the strong side wall, off the glass. Your 2 wingers are flying and you're creating a race or a scrum or a bounce in the neutral zone because you have all the speed coming and then the 2 defensemen are just flat-footed.
Vegas wins the draw. Theodore high in the zone. Now William Karlsson. Top of the circle. Down low for Stone. Back for Karlsson. 4.5 to go in the third period. Tie game. Stone up top for Theodore. Out of the reach of Charlie Coyle. Karlsson has it back. Theodore skates on the blue line. Not a ton of pressure from the Avalanche. Stone trying to tuck it in. Backhander misses the net. Reeled in by Dorofeev. Bumped by Cale Makar. Now it's up top. For Theodore again, quarterbacking. Stick there from Coyle. Karlsson has it at the circle. Centering feed. Snared by Scott Wedgwood. He'll hang on. $1.25 to go in the power play. 4:10 to go in the third period. Tied at 2. We invite you to tune in for the Ball Corporation postgame show following the game. Hosted by Alex Ryan-Emmy. Produced by Alan Baca and KJ Granderson. Features scores, highlights for this game and around the world of sports, and you'll hear the post-game comments of head coach Jared Bednar. Ball Corporation, all in for the Avs. Aluminum, all in. The face-off here for Coyle. He wins it for Charlie Lindgren. Pokes it for Eric Johnson, trying to create some space. He's hounded by Barbashev. Puck is stuck in the corner as wasting some time. 4 minutes on the nose to go in regulation. 1:13 to go in the Vegas power play. Vegas digs it loose to the point, and Shea Theodore cruising along the blue line. Now to the far boards, down low for Mark Stone. He's camped out in the corner. Carlson at the hash marks. Theodore doesn't take the shot and returns it to Carlson. Back for Theodore. Takes the one-timer. Theodore shadowed by Charlie Coyle. Now Barbashev has opened up. He wanted to get it near side for Dorofeyev, but it was deflected by the Avalanche, and it's back across the blue line and the center ice.
That's a great stick by LOC. Really, really good stick. The Avs, they're not pressuring here, right? So they're letting Vegas pass the puck around, and Vegas, they're trying to find what they can do and where they can go and move the puck. I just love how they were able to not necessarily bite on any of those seam passes and just hold their ground.
23 seconds to go in the power play. Waugh back up top for Hannafin. Stick handles around one, ends up on the tape of Waugh, now behind the net. Vegas with it. Riley Smith on the far boards. Olofsson back for Smith in the corner, centers it. Shot from Saad, save made by Wedgwood as he shrugs to make it with 8 seconds to go in the power play. Wedgwood shrugging that off a little bit, but he seems to be all right. 2:53 to go in the third period. And we talked about Schmidt not giving up any rebounds. That was a great save with no rebound by Scott Wedgwood.
That's what you want to do if you're Scott Wedgwood. You want to just absorb it. I mean, when you take it, he's got it wedged in between his face mask and the shoulder. That's the epitome of rebound control.
You do that on purpose for Wedgwood?
It was just wedged in there.
This is deflected out of play, and this will not be a second penalty. Puck is caught.
Could you imagine?
No, I could not. I would flip out.
Yeah, I know you would. Actually, yeah. You would actually snap 4 of these penalties and then 2 in a row against the Avs. Could you imagine Connor McGee
late in a tie hockey game? Yeah, that sounds like my paradise.
Ooh,
it's my happy place.
That puck was coming in hot too. Hopefully,
but they caught it. They're okay. These 2 girls down here, they're celebrating.
All right.
Very happy. Everyone's all right. Go back to your lives, citizens. 3 seconds to go in the power play. Draw here for Drury against Waugh. He wins it back for Devon Taves, and his patience pays off. They'll lob it into the Golden Knights zone. Avs kill it off again. 3 for 3 on the kill tonight is Colorado. Back to 5-on-5. 2.5 to go in the third. And tied at 2. Cale Makar, loose puck in his own zone, looks over his shoulder for Taves. Batted down, but it goes into the skates of Dorofeyev. Now White Cloud over for Hannafin. Shot towards the net, and that's a save made by Wedgwood. Lehkonen looking ahead. Waited for the pressure to come from Dorofeyev. Now Nathan McKinnon in space on the feed from Valnichushkin. Centers it for Lehkonen off his skate. And off the right pad of Akira Schmidt. Turnover Vegas. Valnichushkin slaps to the far point. Cale Makar is there. Now Taves to the deep slot. Valnichushkin to the circle. Over for Nathan McKinnon. One of the one-timer was broken up by White Cloud. Lehkonen now for Valnichushkin. Bottom of the circle. Perfect pass for Devon Taves. All the way back for Valnichushkin. Had more time than he knew that he had. One of the one-timer didn't get a good connection with it, and it's back with Vegas as they'll send it in with 1:44 to go in the third, tied at 2. Taves hounded by Howden. Howden trying to get after Cale Makar. Taves returns it to Makar. Stretches it for Logan O'Connor. Got a touch to it, no icing. Theodore back first for the Golden Knights. On the boards for Stone. Underneath for Howden. Howden lets it go. Shot is blocked by Eric Johnson. That goes wide. Those bodies come together. Now Stone up top. McNabb lets it go. Blocked. Sam Malinsky able to read that. Backhands it up the near side board. Stone pinches. Barbashev lets it go. Stick save made by Wedgwood. Stone again. Near side corner. To the point. Theodore lets it fly. Save made by Wedgwood. It's right in the breadbasket. 60 seconds on the nose to go in the third period. That's only the 18th shot of the hockey game for the Vegas Golden Knights. The Avalanche have 33, and we're tied at 2 with a minute to go in regulation.
Barbashev, he had a really good look just before that last shot. And it's, you said stick save. Us players, we like to call that the knob. And that is a very frustrating save when you're a player, because you have the goalie beat. You do, because no goaltender in the right mind is actually trying to save the puck with the knob of their stick.
Take off your knob. Bob and Doug McKenzie would be very proud. Lofted across the red line. Yeah, no goaltender means to make a knob save. This is dumped in. Icing, it's like Wedgwood was expecting it. It never came. Now it's off of Parker Kelly trying to dig it out. It's batted by Devon Taves. Nice, smart play to get it to center ice with 37 seconds to go in the third period. Rimmed back in by Vegas. Cale Makar gave it right to Carlson. Centering feed is right to Parker Kelly. Blocked. Can't get out of the zone. Coyle throws it into his own bench. Why that's not a penalty, I don't know. Bench fine, stands not fine. 25 seconds to go in the third. Again, shots 33-18. Avalanche scores tied at 2.
These are the crucial little minutes here, or should I say seconds, not even minutes. And then getting this face-off. See, this is the face-off where if Nate can win it to the corner, you'd see Devon Taves, who's on the board side. He's going to hold up his D-man. EJ will go back and get the puck, and he'll probably come up strong side glass, and you'll have both wingers taken off with Val and Leckie blowing up the middle of the ice. I guess we'll see if I'm right. But Nate has to win the face-off first. Come on.
Well, he's 53% from the dot tonight. He does win it. Taves back for Eric Johnson. Blasted up the boards. Looked like Vegas had a chance to play it. McNabb sells it just enough. So it's icing on the Avs. We'll have to do this all over again, this time with 19.4 seconds to go in the third. Did that work out how you thought it would?
It did. They did exactly what I thought they would do. It just didn't connect. You'd like EJ to put it up the wall a little bit more in the glass and not such a straight line, I suppose. But I'd probably see the same thing happen again here. But they get to pick what side they get the face-off on now.
And they go with Waugh on the near side. It's one back for Howden. His shot misses. McNabb sends it deep. Colasar in the corner. And he's pressed by Taves. 10 seconds to go in the period. Colasar trying to escape the clutches of Devon Taves. 5 seconds left. Avs will keep it at bay. 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. And we are going to overtime. Vegas had a 2-0 lead. Colorado scored 2 straight in the second to tie it at 2. Both teams get 1. Who gets the extra point? Find out next when 3-on-3 overtime begins. 2-2 after regulation here in Denver on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Hey, it's Francisco from Rhinehouse, and let's get this straight. It takes balls to play bocce.
That's because bocce is lawn bowling.
Right. Okay. At Rhinehouse, we're all about the fun of bocce and great German-style food, and I've got the wieners to prove it.
Hang on. You mean sausages?
Right again.
Oh, boy.
All your favorite German delights here at Rhinehouse.
I do love those huge pretzels.
Let me cook something up for you.
Rhinehouse, close to Ball Arena on 14th and Market.
What is worse than a clogged drain? Well, not much, but getting hit with hidden fees from a plumber is. My people at Rock Plumbing, Heating, and Air are totally different. Mosier, their Rockstar team is highly trained, honest, and really good. It's just $79 for any clogged drain. Nothing more. No hidden fees, no trip charges, period. Get peace of mind at rockheating.com. That's ROCK heating.com. Rock, bringing comfort home and simplifying your life.
Need a goal! All I want is one break!
It's time for overtime on the Altitude Sports.
Down Denver, Colorado, the Avalanche and Golden Knights are tied at 2 apiece. Vegas passed regulation this season 4-8. The Avalanche passed regulation are 8-4.
Okay. That sounds good.
And Colorado gets 1 point, so if our math is correct, that means that they're locked into the third spot in the Central Division. And almost a guarantee, 100%, that they will play the Dallas Stars in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, we added 9 to 8 earlier, and we came up with 17, so we were right on our math there. So I'm assuming we are correct again.
Oh, goodness gracious. Brock Nelson and William Karlsson at center ice. Avs are going left to right in overtime. Nelson against Karlsson for the draw. Karlsson out there with Riley Smith and Shea Theodore. And Karlsson with the extra effort, Mr. Centerman is able to win that back for his teammate.
And it's crazy how important possession is in overtime.
2-on-1 developing here. Theodore holding, wants the pass in front. Cale Makar cut that off. Now Makar will chase Theodore to the far circle. 3-man weave here. Riley Smith cuts towards the net. Shot is saved by Wedgwood, and there's a whistle. Wedgwood is tucked right up against the post. and it's actually stuck underneath his blocker, I think. You're not going to have a repeat of what happened to the Vegas Golden Knights in the second period. Actually a nice save, and
that's a great save.
Smart play by Scott Wedgwood.
Well, he's so deep in his net because Riley Smith is cutting right through the crease that easily could have just, kind of ricocheted and dribbled into the net. But the fact that he's keeping his arm up and he's wedging the puck in between his arm again is miraculous.
Avs win the draw here. Taves all the way around for Arturi Lehkonen. Lehkonen has it stolen by Olofsson. Vegas able to get it back. Hanifin with 4:21 to go in overtime. Behind his own net. Noah Hanifin, 5th overall in 2015. Now Wall trying to get wide of Lehkonen. Cuts to the middle. Wall lost it. Nelson trying to get there. He's got company in the corner with 2 of them. Taves trying to free up the puck. It's stuck in the skates. You don't see this happen very often where it's a log jam in overtime, but Taves does well, and Arturi Lehkonen swoops in to help out his defenseman. Avs have the puck back with 3:50 to go in overtime.
You have to sometimes get the puck back by committee, and that's exactly what they did here.
Valanchushkin one-on-one with Hanifin. Valanchushkin cuts to the middle. Now he holds up looking for reinforcements. Valanchushkin all the way over for Cale Makar. Save made by Akira Schmidt and has take 2. And as it has been all night, Akira Schmidt does not give up a rebound. Please, John Mitchell, save me.
Cale Makar, he's coming down the left side. He has the opportunity, and I love Cale because it kind of looks like he's just going to stick handle, nothing's going to happen. But then he does that quick stick handle, and then right to his forehand, quick shot there. I think he just got it a little too much on the inside. I think he's trying to go a little bit more far side, posted in.
Face-off won by the Avs. Back for Cale Makar. He'll retreat through neutral ice. 3:27 to go in overtime. Makar at his own blue line. Now gives it to Valanchushkin. He motors ahead. 2-on-2 into the Vegas zone. Now he'll curl back along the blue line. Saucer feed for Nathan McKinnon. Vegas got a piece of it. McKinnon back in control. McKinnon trying to get around Carlson. He'll turn back to the center logo. Now Cale Makar with Valanchushkin tagging up Makar. What a play to keep it alive, Makar. Doesn't have a shooting lane. Twirls high in the zone. Now Nathan McKinnon working with it. Takes the pass for Valanchushkin. Tried to center in front. It's blocked. McKinnon has it back. Bottom of the far circle. Lost an edge. Carlson will chase him back to center ice. McKinnon with it again. McKinnon, 1-on-2. Gave it away. Makar able to steal it. And now Vegas will switch. 3-on-2 for the Avalanche. Makar now for Nathan McKinnon. Far circle. McKinnon, a shot. Glove save made by Schmidt. Boy, if this is a future goaltending prospect for the Vegas Golden Knights, my goodness. Akira Schmidt now with 33 saves on the night to keep Vegas in this.
Back-to-back stars coming down again on that left-hand side. And both Nate and Cale Makar, their blade is more into the middle of the ice. So you're definitely, you're for sure more of a threat to be shooting from that middle part of the ice. But holy Schmidt, give him some credit. He's looking good.
Nelson on the faceoff. Out there with Logan O'Connor and Devon Taves. Nelson wins it back for Taves. He'll go to the red line. 2.5 to go in overtime. Taves in his own zone. Hounded by Waugh. Trying to swivel to get away from him. Now in front of his own net. Waugh just on the forecheck. Scott Wedgwood came out to do sort of a scarecrow maneuver. Now Logan O'Connor. 2-on-2 O'Connor. Wanted to let a shot go. Turned aside by Hanifin. Logan O'Connor in overtime. Off the near side boards for Brock Nelson. Nelson hangs on to it. He's got Logan O'Connor all alone in front of the net. Now it's behind the Vegas cage. O'Connor now for Nelson off the near side boards. Taves headed towards the net front. Nelson will cruise back to center ice. Taves will go off. O'Connor stick handling around the center circle. Cale Makar is back on, and so is Nathan McKinnon. Pass from O'Connor to Makar is off the mark, and it gives Vegas the puck back. Howden backwards for Hanifin. 1:40 to go in overtime. Not a super frenetic pace to OT, but here comes Olofsson. Powers away from Arturi Lehkonen. Olofsson, drop pass, kick aside. Nathan McKinnon the other way. McKinnon, 1-on-1 with Shea Theodore. McKinnon, near side circle. McKinnon goes around the net looking for a pass. McKinnon, Lehkonen! One-timer save made by Schmidt again. Who in the world is Akira Schmidt?
I think this gets deflected. I think Nate makes the pass, seam pass, and I think it just gets deflected maybe a tad by Howden in a desperation move to try and block the shot. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
But I don't think Leckie got all of that.
No.
Something happened where it kind of flubbed on him a little bit or something maybe.
McKinnon, Taves, and Nichushkin out there. McKinnon can't win the draw. It's Carlson backwards now for Shea Theodore. McKinnon has to get back and keep an eye on Carlson. Drop pass for Carlson. McKinnon forces him aside. Now in the corner, Carlson turns on his forehand. Apply for Theodore. Doesn't take the shot. Take the drop pass. Stolen by the Avs. No. Theodore has it back. Penalty coming up on the Avalanche. What in the world are we doing here? Now the ref gets in the way of Devon Taves. Delayed penalty on the Avalanche with a minute to go in overtime. Carlson. Theodore hands it off. Extra skater is out there for Vegas. Shot save made by Wedgwood. And the Avs touch it in 45 seconds to go in OT. They'll have to kill off a 4-on-3 power play for the Golden Knights.
Colorado penalty number 7, 2 minutes, okay.
Known felon Devon Taves on his way to the penalty box.
I don't understand how you can hook somebody when you kind of have one hand on your stick. I mean, I guess it's kind of in there. You're kind of corkscrewing it a little bit, and if it gets up in the hands, that's going to be called every single time. It's unfortunate because I think he initially misses the stick when he goes to lift it, and then it was at Theodore, he kind of puts his arms over it, and then he starts kind of wrenching, and before you know it, that's a penalty all day.
It's always the back and forth with the hook and the holding the stick, because you can always draw a hooking penalty, with a little bit of a hold of the blade, just like we saw there.
Exactly. I mean, give Theodore a lot of credit. That is a smart move in overtime. You know that you have a defender kind of helpless in the sense that his stick is one-handed. It's up in your gloves. Hey, just twist your body, put your hands on the shaft of the stick or whatever, and then before you know it, you'll always get that call.
I think Vegas took their time out here, so they'll talk it over. Again, 4-on-3 power play in overtime. This is the finale of a 3-game road trip for Vegas. They started it out with a 3-2 overtime win in Calgary. So Taves in the box. Coyle, McCarr, and Eric Johnson are on the ice to try and kill it off. Face-off win would be huge here for Charlie Coyle. He's 53.3% from the dot tonight. Going against the ever-dangerous Erik Karlsson. Karlsson wins it, but it's back across the blue line and back across center ice into the Vegas zone, wasting precious seconds.
Oh, that was Charlie Coyle.
Was it really?
He shot that right out of the zone.
How about that? Veteran move, Charlie Coyle. He gets a skate to it here, falls back for Theodore. Mark Stone with it. Theodore the deep slot. 27 seconds to go in OT. Theodore has it back from Dorofeyev. Now Karlsson near side circle. Stone parked right in front. Theodore back up top. Playing the zone, 17 seconds left. One-timer blocked by Cale Makar into the screen, and the whistle blows. With 13 and a half seconds to go in overtime, the Avalanche are shorthanded, pleading to get to a shootout to try and get the extra point over the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, again, there's not a lot of movement body-wise by the Vegas team. They're just passing it around kind of on the perimeter, and Dorofey, they're just trying to get him loaded up for a one-timer, and why wouldn't you? Again, he has 33 goals on the season, leading the Vegas Golden Knights.
33 goals, 17 assists for the Cy Young there. So they've added a second and a half onto the clock. 15 seconds even to go in overtime. And in the Vegas power play, Charlie Coyle, does he have some more magic up his sleeve? Left side of Wedgwood, won by Karlsson. Vegas has it. Theodore doesn't take the shot, returns it to Dorofeyev. To his legs, he's got it back. 8 seconds to go. Dorofeyev lets it go. Save made by Wedgwood. Great Scott. 3 seconds to go in OT. Centering feed, blocked by the Avalanche. It goes in the screen one more time. The clock reads 0, but I think they're going to add 2 seconds back on here. And there's probably going to be one more face-off in overtime. But what a save made by Wedgwood with the glove to knock that last chance aside.
He's holding his ground in there. And again, it's going back to the young kid, Dorfe. He's just really, he's a shooter, obviously, when he has 33 goals and 17 assists. But you would be smart to get him the puck.
Schmid's actually going to go to the bench, and they're going to make this a 5-on-3 with 0.8 of a second to go in overtime. A physical impossibility for the Avalanche to score, but almost the same for Vegas, to be honest. Coyle and Waugh. The two number 10s, Coyle digs in, wins the draw, and we are going to a shootout to determine a winner. Avs kill off the penalty in overtime, and this will be decided by skills competition. This is the Avalanche's third shootout in the past 2 weeks. They've won 2 of them.
Wow, that's quite a bit. And I actually like Wedgwood in the net for shootouts. I'm not 100% sure what his record would be, but I believe he's a pretty good goaltender in there. I just like the way he can stand his ground.
This season, he's 1-1, 4 saves on 6 shots. Mackenzie Blackwood 1-4, very public about how he does not like the shootout. Not a fan of the shootout.
Well, that's good. You have the right goaltender in the net tonight for your shootout. Again,
this game started out 2-0 Vegas. Carlson shorthanded in the first. McNabb would make it 2-0, 40 seconds into the second. But down to Chushkin. It took a review, but it was counted as a power play goal, his 20th of the year. And then Jimmy Vesey, his first goal as a member of the Colorado Avalanche to tie it up in the second period with about 3 minutes left. No goals in the third, no goals in overtime. So now it's time for a shootout. How many shootout attempts for you in your career?
I think I had 7 or 8.
How'd you do?
7 or 8. I think I was 3 for. I'm pretty sure I got 3. I was 3 for 7 or 3 for 8. One or the other. So I had a 5-hole goal, and then I had my other 2 shootout moves were pretty much identical. What's that saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
So I kind of went back with that. And I think I had one attempt with the Avs.
Dorofeyev's 5th attempt of the season. Here he comes. Left-handed shot. Swirls to the slot. Save made by Wedgwood as Dorofeyev tried to go 5-hole, and Scott Wedgwood slammed the door in his face.
Again, Scott Wedgwood, he's holding his ground. He's not biting on anything too crazy. Dorofeyev, he's trying to slip that one 5-hole. He comes in with a little bit of speed, a little stick handle, and then a quick shot.
Brock Nelson will be the first shooter for the Avalanche. He had the shootout winner in Montreal a couple weeks ago.
He's not a big moves guy. Shooter.
Nope. Big shooter. Near side circle, Nelson holding, shooting. He tried to go 5-hole too. Schmidt makes the save. And both teams are 0 for 1.
This worked for him a couple weeks ago when he came in from the wide left side, and I believe he's trying to shoot this far side under the glove, just over the pad, and he just missed it.
So Olofsson will try his luck on his 3rd attempt of the season. He's 50% so far. Olofsson, left-handed shot, picks up the puck. Near side circle now with the slot. Olofsson, save made by Wedgwood. Olofsson tried to go low, blocker side, and Wedgwood blockered it aside.
He's so cool, calm, and collective in the crease. He just backs up. He doesn't really bite on anything, and he's very reactionary when he has to make the saves. And he's quick, Wedgwood. Give him credit.
McKinnon had a miraculous shootout goal in Chicago last week. Fans are on their feet at Ball Arena to cheer on McKinnon, who tonight took the points lead back in the National Hockey League. McKinnon, right-handed shot, right circle. McKinnon, toe drag, holding, puts it on the post. That's kind of how Schmidt's night has gone. And that hits the iron, and the Avalanche are 0 for 2.
Well, Nate comes in, he does the quick stick handle, then he does the double clutch, then he does the quick stick handle again, and then he just it's kind of just like a chip shot. And he's done this before, but unfortunately, he gets all post. He has the goalie beat, though.
Theodore will be the next shooter for the Vegas Golden Knights, 0 for 1 on the season. Swings wide right. Now at the slot, Theodore holding. Save made by Wedgwood again. Wedgwood gave Shea Theodore absolutely nothing on that sequence.
Well, this is the first deke attempt that we've seen by the Vegas players tonight in the shootout. And again, Wedgwood holding his ground, not biting on anything, waiting till that last possible moment to make that save. That's great.
Sorry about that. Chance to win it for Charlie Coyle. His only shootout goal of the season came with Colorado. Coyle, right-handed shot again at center ice. Right down the middle, Coyle holding. He scores! Oh, Coyle rules! And Colorado gets the 2 points for the 4th straight season. And the first time in franchise history, the Colorado Avalanche have accrued 100 points. They beat the Vegas Golden Knights by a final score of 3-2.
That's just a nice move by Charlie Coyle. Come in, a couple little stick handles, and just silky backhand to forehand quick, and then shove right over the glove. I don't even think Schmidt reacted to that. That's pretty to watch. That's talent.
So Coyle, 2 of 4 in the shootout this season. Again, both goals coming with the Colorado Avalanche. Another look at it. Over the glove. And you're right, Schmidt had no idea where that puck was.
Just too late to react. He's deep in his net. But you got to give Coyle a lot of credit. That's a couple good stick handles just to kind of freeze the goalie for a quick second. And then when you get in tight like that, you got to put it upstairs.
So Colorado completes the comeback. They scored 2 to even it up. No goals in the third period or overtime. They give the shootout winner to beat Vegas 3-2. Time now for the 3 stars of the game. Here's public address announcer Alan Roach.
Selected by our Colorado hockey coach of the game, Eric Trainin from the San Luis Valley Hockey Association in Alamosa. Tonight's 3rd star from the Avalanche with his 20th goal of the season, number 13, Valeri Nichushkin. Second star from the Vegas Golden Knights, number 40, Akira Schmidt.